Welcome, Pewter Report readers, viewers, and listeners to a brand new edition of the Pewter Game Day Show. More of a game night show tonight as the Bucs are in prime time. They're in the Creamsicle jerseys as well, and we are going to get right underway. I'm your host, Matt Matera. Joined with me is Daniel Morales for Pewter Report TV. Daniel, good to see you, my man. There's no way to sugarcoat it. This is as much of a must-win game as it possibly is for this struggling Tampa Bay Buccaneers team.
If you lose tonight and the Carolina Panthers win, you're out of the playoff picture, at least for this week. This is very, very big, and it feels like a primetime game. You got Mike Evans back out there.
Yes.
Just got a first down by Bucky Irving. Let's get into this. This is going to be cool. I'm excited.
Yes, appreciate everybody watching with us as well. As Baker dumps off a pass to Bucky Irving, who's high-stepping like Deion Sanders and ends up getting a first down. Just want to make sure with everybody as well, because this game's on Amazon Prime, there's different ways to watch this game. So we might be a little bit behind where you're watching. We might be a little bit ahead of where you're watching as well. I would recommend, if you're ahead or behind, try to pause it and sync up with us. And let's try not to spoil it in the chat as well.
Yeah.
But Daniel, the big news in this game, the return of Mike Evans, Tristan Wirfs as well, which I think kind of gets overlooked too because Jalen McMillan has returned as well. But how much of an impact is that going to be in this game?
You know, Ben Shakuma held his own last week. I was a bit surprised. He's very raw.
Sure did.
I mean, Tristan Wirfs, he's arguably the best pass blocking tackle in the entire league. I'm sure Baker Mayfield loves the fact that he's back. And for me, you know, when your back's against the wall, when this team's back is against the wall like it is this week, I'm looking for how do they respond, not just on the field, but overall energy. I don't want to see them come out here flat. It looks like they haven't started flat too, besides the batted pass there. But this team, they have their back against the wall. I want to see them respond correctly. And right now, you could go down the field and score and respond, you know, with points on the board and start this game off 7-0. I'm hyped up for this game. This is a big time game. I'm excited.
Yeah, something about them wearing the Creamsicles as well. I know they haven't played well in the Creamsicle jersey since it's come back. They've yet to win since those uniforms returned in 2023. But, you know, if there's any time to go out and get a win, it would be right now. And it also sticks with the game plan or the blueprint, if you will, of what this team has done since Todd Bowles has been the head coach. It start out hot, go on a big losing streak, lose a game you shouldn't lose to, which was New Orleans, and then, you know, that's when you rally off the winning streak. So right now they're on pace to start the winning streak, but let's hope it happens tonight.
Yeah. Baker's pass a bit behind there. I believe that was J-Mac as a receiver. Here he comes, Brian Dixon.
So a couple of first downs for the Bucs, and then unfortunately they will have to punt. So able to move the ball slightly, but not far enough to get into field goal range. We have a super chat, by the way. Florida Dreamhouse, thank you for this $2 super chat. Says, no excuses. Statement win must happen tonight. So I agree on the first set of it of no excuses. I don't know how much of a statement win this could be versus like this just has to be a win. I would look at a win in Carolina as a great job by Cameron Johnson and Josh Hayes. Bucs special teams showing up big, pinning the ball at the 1 yard line. But I would think obviously they have to get through tonight. And as we saw against New Orleans, nothing is guaranteed with this team. But I would look at next week, if they are to win tonight, as that like statement game for the Bucs.
Yeah, I agree with you there. If, again, they're going to see the Panthers 2 times in the last 3 weeks. You win that first matchup, you got a lot of confidence going into that final week of the season, week 18, if you already beat them before. Man, also I want to talk about real quick. I don't know if you know more information about this. Benjamin Morrison seems like a healthy scratch out there. He practiced the entire week in full. And do you know anything more about that situation?
It's just kind of comes down to when he was in the games, the mistakes he was making and the plays he was getting beat on. This is a must-win game, and the Bucs just don't want to risk having the mistakes of him getting into a game, whether it be, at this point, injury, because if they don't trust him enough to dress him for the game, they're not going to do the little platoon situation they were doing with Jamel Dean. So it's really just, you know, being sure that everything is right. And that also means probably Kindle Vildor would be the first guy off the bench if something happens to Zion and Jamel Dean. And it's his birthday today. So something about the birthday luck
Birthday, right?
might be able to help as well. So let's get to a couple of comments. We'll try to stick to the comments during the commercials or the end of drives to kind of avoid some, spoilers that we might see and stuff like that. But Comp JG says stuff the run. I mean, Daniel, going up against Bijan Robinson, we saw the issues that took place in week 1, and that was 3 months ago at this point. But I'm very concerned. I mean, the field position helps in this situation. I'm quite concerned about the Bucs stopping Bijan Robinson both in the run and the pass tonight.
Yeah, I'm a bit more scared of he's a very complete back, but him as a receiver, you saw the type of damage he was able to do in week number 1. And you have Levante David, who's a bit older, of course. And you don't have Savasi Dennis. Savasi Dennis has had an up and down season, but you have Deion Jones in his place, 2 older veteran, a bit slower linebackers to deal with this 23-year-old, almost impossible to stop running back. Let's get to this comment here.
Yeah, David Dosher says, who's starting at safety? So, as they're showing Todd Bowles through the years on the broadcast. Shout out Hofstra, Long Island. Actually, no, that's Raheem Morris I'm probably talking about. So obviously, Antoine Winfield Jr. will be free safety. Strong safety, it's going to be Christian Izien, who, as far as backups go, I'm a fan of Christian Izien. Obviously, a hard worker, made the team as an undrafted free agent out of Rutgers, and he will bring it tonight.
And when he came in last week, had some very big hits also. I love Christian Izien. You could play him at outside corner if you need him to in an emergency situation.
Yes.
Like your nickel back, safety. If you need him in as like a dime linebacker, he's big enough overall to take that spot also. Oh boy, Kirk Cousins, the Bucs, historic Bucs killer here.
Bucs, yeah. The kryptonite for the Bucs. But Tampa Bay does a good job on first down. Bottling up Bijan Robinson for a no gain on the play. It'll be 2nd and 10. They give him a yard, so technically 2nd and 9. But that's going to be key to this game, stopping the run, forcing Kirk Cousins to have to drop back a lot. And remember, no Drake London in this game, so that is big for the passing game. He hasn't played in a couple of weeks. So going to run it with Bijan on 2nd down. He breaks a couple of tackles, ends up getting a first down. Eventually, Levante David on the tackle.
Yeah, you said it. No Drake London. That's good for Zion McCollum out there, Jamel Dean, those guys.
Yeah.
But for me, one of the keys to the game is if you're the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense, you got to win on 1st and 2nd down. You got to win on 3rd down also, of course. But the Atlanta Falcons, they're ranked 30th in terms of 3rd down conversion rate. It's about 30.9%. The rate they're converting 3rd down, the money down. So if you get them in a 3rd and long, they're most likely not going to convert. I believe last week they were 1 and 13, some kind of wild number like that. But you got to be able to win on 1st and 2nd down, put them in a bad position. Wow.
Atlanta goes play action, and surprise, surprise, Kirk Cousins connects with Kyle Pitts. And that's going to be a first down for Atlanta. By the way, on that last running play by Bijan that got the first down, looked like Izien missed the tackle in the hole. Also, something to notice, it's been so far, obviously, Levante David, but it's been Nick Jackson, number 53, who's starting at inside linebacker, not Deion Jones, who a lot of us suspected would have been starting. Nick Jackson's been on the practice squad all season long. He got elevated to the active roster when Ben Bredesen, Bredesen went on into reserve. And the reason why I'm saying, right now is because Jamel Dean is walking off the field with trainers. So we just mentioned Kindle Vildor a moment ago. It looks like they could move Jacob Parrish to the outside. But yeah, not good having Jamel Dean injured almost right away.
Not sure if it's a stinger to that. I don't want to speculate, but to that right shoulder with the way Pitts landed.
Yeah.
But he's been. I wouldn't have thought this would have been the case, but he's been the true CB1 this season for the Tampa Bay.
Yeah, right.
You lose him. You don't have Benjamin Morrison. He's a healthy scratch too. He's had an up-down season, but it puts a bit more stress on Zion and those other guys to go out there and perform. But here we go. Bijan with the run and first down. Good tackle by Logan Hall.
Logan Hall kind of riding him like a horse for 3 yards. But, yeah, nice job by Logan Hall. I mean, they're going to need everyone to step up, whether it's stopping the run, getting a pass rush going on. Obviously, the other big news won't impact tonight necessarily too much. but the Bucs signed JPP to the practice squad, and was not called up for this game. But the more Kirk Cousins has time to throw, the more people are going to be wishing that JPP was in this game. Cousins throwing. It's a dump-off pass to Bijan Robinson, who gets the first down and more.
Yeah, that's what I'm scared of right there, Bijan as a receiver. And coming into the season, him and the offensive coordinator, they wanted to have him play more receiver snaps. And it started even back in week number 1. Sometimes he lines up in the slot. Sometimes he lines up outside a receiver. He's a full complete back. He can hurt you as a receiver. He can hurt you on the ground. It's just, and he's 23 years old. He's going to be a nightmare, unfortunately, for Tampa for
a long, long time. There was a penalty on the play. The ref is raising the roof, but it looks like they're just saying no penalty. Maury Samuel says this defense is bad, like Mike Smith bad. I still remember driving to the facility when the announcement came out that they fired Mike Smith. Yeah, that was pretty awful.
It's bad. I don't know if it's Mike Smith bad, though. That's a good
one. It's not that bad yet, but we'll see, especially the way the Falcons have been playing. And I will be honest as well. I am going against Bijan Robinson in fantasy football. It's the first round of the playoffs, so it's going to be death by 1,000 paper cuts every time Bijan Robinson makes a play. But that was Tyler Algier on that last one, and Bijan immediately comes right back in.
Good luck to you, Matt, in fantasy, and good luck to this Buccaneers.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Sashley says, just take out all the linebackers and put in the DBs. The linebackers are useless. Well, Christian Izzy missed that tackle on the first drive. Here's Bijan. And Deion Jones in the game now. Solid job by Tampa Bay to get the stop. But a rare third down on this drive. We haven't seen too many of those already forced by Tampa Bay's defense.
And a 3rd and 2. Again, we talked about the struggles the Atlanta Falcons offense has had on third down, but this is kind of an easy third down. He's got to gain 2 yards. Nothing's easy, of course. But you wish, it would have been a bit longer. Look, 31% on third downs. Very bad.
That's probably 4-down territory at this point, too. Yeah. Falcons going to run it with Algier, but the play doesn't even start. Looks like it's going to be a false start on Atlanta.
All right, well, that's a better third down situation for the Buccaneers.
Yes. That's Wilkinson on the false start.
Yeah, he started the entire year here at right tackle, and he's kind of the weak link on that offensive line. He's filling in for Caleb McGarry, and their backup, their swing tackle, Storm Norton, has been out the entire year too, so he's been the guy at right tackle. He's done an okay job, but he is that weak link on the offensive line that a guy like Yaya Diaby or Hassan Reddick can maybe get the better of throughout this game.
Remember, Hassan Reddick, his lone full sack of the season happened in week 1. Looked like Yaya went first, but maybe they'll put it on Jake Matthews. Now I'm thinking of Boy Meets World. Detention, Mr. Matthews. I got to be honest, I thought Yaya went first, but what do you think?
Yeah, it looked like he was way further ahead, but I wasn't paying attention really to Matthews. I just saw Yaya run over. So if we get the replay here, I'm hoping it's on Matthews because then that makes it even harder on third down for
then you're just back to square one. Oh, I guess I call it delay of game. Maybe that's why Yaya went, because it was down to the play clock. Okay. It'll just I don't want to be negative, but it'll just make the third down conversion by the Falcons be that much more painful. Yeah, I mean, looked like a delay of game. Falcons only have 10 seconds on the play clock. They are taking their plenty of time. Cousins completes the pass, but birthday boy Kindle Vildor quick to make the tackle And thanks to the penalties, the Bucs will come out unscathed on the defensive side.
And there you go. Again, by having Vildor active, not Benjamin Morrison, shows, of course, they have more confidence in the veteran over the second round pick. But good job there by Vildor. Forces the punt here.
Q's44 says, holy cow, Piss Missile Pete, first stop all year. Former Bucs Super Bowl champion Bradley Pinion on to punt it away. Ooh, oy.
A little bit scary.
Fair catch caught by Cameron Johnson. I was more concerned. I couldn't tell which Bucs player. I thought the Bucs player was going to run into Cameron Johnson, but nonetheless, a stop is a stop. As Real BS says, play Vildor more. Looks like an NFL cornerback. It does appear that Jamel is going to get back into the game, which is good.
Yeah.
But let's see. AJ Consis, good to hear from you. Says last week was tough with the Buckeyes and Bucs both losing. Bucs hopefully get right tonight. Yeah, that was tough for your Ohio State, but they can't be in too bad of a position because they're still going to the college football playoff. And if you've been paying attention to any of the news, it's an absolute you-know-what storm with the Michigan Wolverines right now. So.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see.
Dash Mountain.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, but no, Dash Mountain comments, I agree with this. Let Bucky eat. I want to see Bucky get involved in this offense. He's explosive. He brings energy. I like that.
Yes, I want to see creative type of runs. Pull Tristan Wirfs to the right. Pull Luke Gedeke to the left. Even though it wasn't crazy successful, I did like that they used a ton of pony package last game with Rashad White and Bucky Irving in at the same time. And kind of interesting, too, curious to get your thoughts on this. They had the one drive where Bucky wasn't in, but they ran it a ton. And maybe the rain dictated this, but it was like all Rashad White, all Sean Tucker, and then Tucker scored the touchdown at the end. I just want to see the Bucs ride the hot hand and build that momentum running the football. Obviously, it starts with Bucky, but like if Sean Tucker pops off, stay with Sean Tucker. By all means, stay with him.
I 100% agree with you there. Yeah, they have a three-headed monster in that running back room. Any of those guys can get hot any given week, and whichever one is hot, you ride that hot hand. And Sean Tucker, again, sometimes I feel like he can be a forgotten man anytime Bucky and Rashad are both healthy, but if he's hot, you give him the ball. I know Q's44 loves him in the chat here. But yeah, I agree with you, Matt.
David Dozier says, thank you guys for keeping me active in the chat. Of course, yeah, we're going to try to get to as many comments as we can.
Yes.
Obviously, the game, I mean, we appreciate everybody being in the chat. It goes so quickly that, sometimes I got to scroll up and stuff like that. Michael Jordan against Kobe Bryant tonight with Michael Jordan for the Bucs and Kobe Bryant for the Falcons. I do have to say, on the Amazon screen, as Baker gets hit as he throws, thankfully goes incomplete. They have where the ball is, the line of scrimmage. Typically, if it's like CBS or Fox or NBC, the line of scrimmage, it's like red or a different color. They have the line of scrimmage color yellow. And I got to say, I don't like it because the first down marker is typically yellow. So I don't know. Don't like that.
They've gotten a bit creative. I don't know if you've seen the Madden cast where it looks like Madden on the field.
Yes.
Yeah, that's cool.
I have watched that. It's very cool. I love the interactiveness of it. I can't do it for like a full game, but it is very fun to check out a lot of it. Bucs run it with, I believe that's Bucky on second down. He's still going. He's not giving up.
That's
I like that.
Shout out to Bucky. Yep.
Big man football. But
Matt,
here comes. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, which uniform do you like better? Because I'm kind of torn. Is the white creamsicle, the 76 jersey, or these, orange creamsicles? What's your opinion?
I like the 76 throwback. That first of all, there's no wrong answers, but I would say the 76 throwback. Maybe because they won both games in them, and they certainly balled out in Seattle. But that would be my choice. What do you think?
Any given week with, I don't know. Oh, we got a sack there by Caden Ellis. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
going to bring down a 4th down. Oh, but there is a flag. I think tonight the orange ones look really, really good. I'm gonna
They are
go with the orange.
fresh.
Yeah,
They are popping. But I mean, this Bucs are going to get bailed out here with a penalty, thankfully. But this is an ongoing issue, Daniel. We saw on Sunday Bucs struggled a lot on 3rd down. That's why they had to go for it on 4th down. I believe 7 times in the game when it was all said and done. The beauty of having Mike Evans back is that he's able to draw a lot of penalties as one of the all-time receivers in this league. So Bucs are going to get bailed out in that aspect of it.
Yeah, and it's going to have Mike Evans. He's going to be probably limited throughout this game, but again, defenses have to respect him. You have to roll coverage his way, double team him at times, and it leaves guys like Emeka Buka and Chris Godwin Jr. in one-on-one opportunities. And you ride the hot hand, and right now Rachaad White with a beautiful.
Go, Rachaad! That's a great run by Rachaad White. For those that tailed my picks on Pewter Picks and Props, I had Rachaad White over 16.5 rushing yards, so it's quite the start there. But nice creativity by Tampa Bay.
Look, you talking about pulling. They pulled Luke. They had Rachaad White.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Thank you for saying that. They pull Luke Gedeke, and wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. That's a 1st down run, and the Bucs moving the ball.
Football is beautiful sometimes, and that was a
yes
injury for him. That's Mike Hughes, is the veteran corner.
As we got a little break, let's get to that was a 20-yard run. Bucs Communications tweeted, Rachaad White rips off a 20-yard run, marking his longest run since week 13 of the 2024 season at Carolina. As Hughes walks off the field. King Cook says, keep pulling our tackles left to right. Keep it simple. Yeah, that's just, I mean, if you go back to all of the best runs that the Bucs have had this season, and let's be real, it doesn't pale in comparison to what they were doing last year, but a lot of their best runs have come with pulling the tackles or pulling one from one side to the other side of the offensive line.
And no Kate Otten here, of course, tonight. He's out for this game. I want to see some Devin Cope action if we can.
Yes.
Just that 4.5T speed. They haven't utilized him much this year at all. But I want to see Devin Cope out there.
Would love to see him, get him involved in the passing game a little bit more. By the way, AJ Constance says, seeing SR in the Prime show was awesome. Very cool. I have not watched it yet. I'm probably going to watch it this weekend. But, yes, he is in it. And sat around for I think most of the people that did the interviews, as far as the reporters went, which I believe was Scott, Rick Stroud, and Ira Kaufman, I think they spent 6 hours, answering stuff. So good to see them involved.
I got to watch that this weekend also.
Baker looking to his right. There's number 13, Mike Evans, 1st down, Tampa Bay.
There's that man.
Just a little. Good to see Mike. I hope the crowd gives a loud ovation for him.
Like I said at the beginning, this feels like prime time. You got J-Mac back, and you got Mike Evans back, and that's going to get all the praise and all the excitement. But J-Mac had 8 touchdowns last season. He built great chemistry with Baker Mayfield. He's a good blocker as well inside. I mean, both of these guys, bringing them back, it can only help out Baker Mayfield. He's had some accuracy issues, of course, throughout this season. But,
yeah.
When you got a 6'5" wide receiver like Mike Evans, overshot to Emeka Buka there. Was double.
But that's what you're talking about with,
yeah.
I mean, that one was more high than wide, but in terms of the throws Baker hasn't been making, obviously when you have a big radius like Mike Evans, you can get away a little bit more with some other inaccurate footballs. But I want to get to this comment as well from C.A. Reeves, who says, Mike is John Wick from now on, ... He's back. Have you ever seen the John Wick movies?
Yeah, I haven't seen the 3rd one, but yeah, those are awesome, man. I'm not a big action guy.
Seen
those are kind of insane.
Yeah, I've seen the first 2. I think there's 4 now, so I got a couple more to watch. But yeah John Wick movies are dope. Baker's looking to run. He's sacked. A little too much dancing. Would have liked to see him maybe get rid of the ball, even if it's an incomplete, but that's going to make it a 3rd and 15.
Yeah, the Falcons, they invested, of course, 2 first-round draft picks at the edge rusher position, and both of them have panned out pretty well. James Pierce Jr., if they accredit him with a full sack there, that's his 7th sack on the season. Jalen Walker has 5 sacks. That's more combined, of course, than Yaya Diaby and Hassan Reddick together, and these 2 guys are rookies. I mean, good investment. I don't know if Raheem Morrison and Terry Fontenot are going to be here next year to see them continue to progress if they continue losing, but, they picked 2 good edge rushers.
Baker going deep. He's got a guy. Ibuka makes the catch. There's a flag on the play, though. We saw the Bucs get screwed last week with offensive pass interference. Baker's pointing towards the defense. Okay, it's on the defense. No harm, no foul. That's a big catch for Emeka Ibuka. Super, super important.
And working against Atlanta's best corner also, A.J. Terrell.
Yeah. Tough start for Terrell. Got penalized against Mike. Honestly, it went in favor of the Bucs, so no problem there. If they're both going to hand fight, I'm fine with just let the boys play. No penalty at all.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's important that Emeka Ibuka gets the confidence back because he's still going to be so important to this team. He was beating himself up, and understandably so. I mean, that drop was pretty tough, but don't want to see him get down too much. Jalen McMillan, is he in?
I think they're going to mark it down at the 1. Oh, man. His first catch back for a touchdown almost. Wow. Oh, they're going to count it as a touchdown.
And it's a touchdown. Jalen McMillan. He just returns back after missing all of the season. A little bit anticlimactic, but still awesome. Let's see if it counts. I would love that as a passing touchdown for Baker Mayfield.
Oh, I think
he's
the ball's at the line, right? Yep.
It looks like he's in. Either way, it's going to be a touchdown or 1st and goal from the 1 for Tampa Bay. As Shaggy says, welcome back, J-Mac. Virgin Boy says, J-Mac is back. D-Rays, yes, sir. Okay, they're counting it.
Yeah.
They are counting it. So, let's play the touchdown video. I mean, how cool is that to see Jalen McMillan, who had a very serious injury, fractured neck, makes his first catch returning back after missing the first 3 months of the season, and it's a touchdown. That's awesome.
That's what he does. He catches. That's his 9th touchdown for his career. Great stuff there. Welcome back, J-Mac. And this is when you got all your top 4 wide receivers healthy, this is a nightmare for opposing defenses and defensive coordinators. If I'm the defensive coordinator going up against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I'm not getting much sleep at night. I'm tossing and turning because if you double cover one of these guys, the other guy's going to be on 1-1 coverage. This is exciting stuff. If the Buccaneers can stay healthy, they can win shootouts come playoff time. If they reach the playoffs, you got to win, though.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Having a full healthy offense back, I think changes everything, especially because it gives the defense an opportunity to play more with leads and probably bigger leads as well. Now, you could argue, well, they had 10-point leads and 14-point and 17-point leads against the Cardinals, and they let the Cardinals come right back. But, sometimes it takes practice.
Yep.
Man, what an awesome moment. They didn't kick the extra point. Did I miss the extra point? I'm looking on the score bug. It still says 0-0. And they went to commercial.
Yeah, it's just a 0-0.
Interesting. Buckeye 89 says overturned. Damn. All right, well,
It's going to be
Either way,
inches
the
away.
Bucs are in a
Yeah.
good spot. I'm not going to put the score up just yet. Damn. Okay, it looks like they overturned it. I don't know how. I mean, that slow-mo replay looked pretty legit. Oh, I see.
All right. What, 2 inches out? This should be a touchdown no matter what. There, I would run it first here. They have Sean Tucker in the backfield.
Fade to Mike. Fade to Mike Evans.
1-1. Yep.
I think you try one fade to Mike.
Hey, Matt, they did it.
And looking for it. Fade to Mike. Ah! Okay, now you run it. You gave Evans the chance. Now run it.
Matt Grizzard's listening to you. He did it immediately. Unfortunately, he just doesn't come down with it. It's a little bit tough. They're both fighting.
Oh, man.
Almost a beautiful
little bit of grab on the shoulder, but.
Vita Vea in the backfield.
Vita Vea is in the game
boy.
where the Bucs have fullback.
Touchdown.
They're going to give it to Sean Tucker, and he's in. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Shawnee Tucks with Vita Vea as the lead blocker, and the Bucs go up 6-0. Oh, what a lead block by Vita Vea.
Matt, I could score a touchdown if Vita Vea is going to be my lead blocker. Look at that. They got to give him the ball later on, though. They got to put him back in the goal line later on in that situation. Give him the ball. Give the big boy a touchdown. Man, but good stuff. Bucs go up 7-0.
7-0 for Tampa Bay. Awesome for the Bucs after a slow start to the game, having to punt, and then the offense didn't necessarily get stopped right away.
Frank G says, play Vita at CB2. Put Vita out there. Of course not, but that'd be some funny stuff. I mean, he basically drops into coverage more than almost any defensive tackle.
Yeah, right?
So.
Oh, man. Last year, they had prop bets. You could do a regular prop bet would be like Mike Evans touchdown, stuff like that. But they had it for defensive players as well. And those are astronomical numbers because the thought is, okay, it would have to be a pick six, a scoop and score. But the little cheat code was you could take Vita Vea and, Hard Rock and Vegas, they didn't account for Vita Vea lining up at fullback. I almost won a ton of money in that playoff game against the Commanders. But because they were going to throw it to him, but the Commanders had it covered.
Man,
I do wonder now. I'm actually going to look it up to see if they'll do it live, because that's something I would love to tell.
Yeah, I hope they return to that later on. Give Vita Vea the ball. Give him the handoff.
Let's see. Okay, touchdowns. Okay, they have Winfield, Dean, Avante. No Vita Vea, though, sadly. They did last year. Damn. Maybe Vegas wised up to it. Comp JG says, Vegas held their breath when Vea came in. All right, Atlanta will start their next drive with 1:38 to go. Let's see if Jamel Dean is in at corner after getting banged up that first drive.
Yep, he's out there. That's good to see.
Oh, yes. Falcons go play action. Cousins over the middle hits Kyle Pitts, who then falls on his own accord. Oh, man. How did Yaya Diaby not knock that ball down? That's crazy. We've had a lot of conversation this week about Antoine Winfield Jr. It was a good question brought up by Zach Jarvis, who said, is Winfield living up to his contract extension? What do you think, Daniel?
If I'm being honest, and I love Antoine Winfield Jr., he's one of my favorite. I'm objective, but he's one of the best Buccaneers defensive players they have. But I think Tyke Smith is the better safety this season.
Absolutely.
Tyke's safety, Tyke with the sacks, he's been on a tear when he's been healthy. And there's no excuse. I mean, Antoine Winfield Jr. just got beat 1-on-1 working against Kyle Pitts Sr. I mean, I don't think he hasn't been the Antoine of old, the all-pro Antoine,
right,
where he's getting the ball out and all these things. Yeah, I agree. What do you think, Matt?
I don't think he's lived up to his contract extension. Now, he's playing better this year than last year, but last year he was dealing with a lot of injuries. But let's remember, 2 seasons ago, he was an all-pro, and he's not playing anything like that. He has moments, no doubt about it, but it's putting together games where he's either taking over or having a little bit more of an impact. I think that's what you want to see.
I agree with you.
Bijan Robinson with a run after that 1st and 20. It was a holding penalty. Good job by Logan Hall drawing the penalty. And that's going to be it for the first quarter. Bucs up 7-0. Falcons are driving, though, trying to get into scoring range. And it's probably a good time to remind everybody that after the show, and I got a super chat to get to as well, but after the show, we will be having a Pewter post-game podcast. It'll be myself and Scott Reynolds, who's live from Raymond James Stadium. He said he's going to rock it right back up to the press box after Baker Mayfield's press conference, and we'll be going live for the podcast. So don't have an exact time because, as we know in the NFL, it could be a quick game or it could be what feels like a 10-hour game. But shortly after Baker Mayfield's press conference is when we will have the Pewter post-game show. We'll also have we can confirm this now because we'll get Coach Bowles tomorrow at 8:30 in the morning. So we're going to have a Pewter Report podcast tomorrow at noon. So it's a lunchtime podcast. Hopefully, we'll be labeling it a Victory Friday if the Bucs are able to win. And then just one more programming note for everybody. Monday, our show will be back at 4 o'clock. We have a very special guest as Rondé Barber, the NFL Hall of Famer and Bucs Ring of Honor member, will be joining us on Monday. I think he's going to be on for about half an hour to 40 minutes, talking a lot more of the modern day Bucs, because we had Rondé on 2 years ago, about I want to say a month or two before he went into the Hall of Fame. So that one was a little bit more about Bucs nostalgia and, his time playing. But Rondé's got a podcast on WFLA as well. So he's here to talk all about the current Bucs, which hopefully means a Bucs win. But there's the programming notes for everybody. And let's get to the super chats as well. A sad Buck fan with the $1.99 super chat says, about time Grizz opens up the playbook. Yeah, let me get your thoughts about this, because I think some people feel that Grizzard has been too predictable or hasn't been creative enough. I don't necessarily feel that way, but I love getting everyone's opinions on it. How do you feel about Grizzard with the job he's done and kind of his label of maybe not as much creativity?
I get you. And real quick, awesome get with Rondé Barber. That's going to be an awesome show right there on Monday. But I think Grizz he's been creative at times. Execution has been a problem, of course, too. I mean, but I think Grizz has been limited with all the injuries, of course. Now he can fully open up that playbook when you have Mike Evans out there. The Buccaneers have struggled, working against when the defense is playing man coverage. And now you have Mike Evans who can deal with those man coverage. And I take him over any corner, any given week. But yeah, I think he's been creative at times. It just hasn't worked. But I think he's also been limited due to injuries. We'll see the real Josh Grizzard these final few weeks here.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's been more of an execution thing.
Yeah.
As Bijan with a solid catch and run. And then Virgin Boys, thanks for the $1.99 super chat says, can we give Winfield's money to Ty Key? He's better. Fortunately, you can't give him that money, but he has been better. You are correct about that. Big 3rd and 5. Cousins fires, caught. And that's first down for Atlanta.
And I saw some comments earlier about trade Antoine Winfield Jr. He hasn't been fantastic this season, but I mean, he still is one of the better overall safeties in the league. Like I wouldn't get rid of him. He's a corner piece on this defense. He's still young as well. I think that safety tandem with Tyke Smith and Antoine Winfield Jr., that's a dangerous combination. That's a dangerous duo for many years to come.
Completely agree with you. Like, even Antoine Winfield having a bad game is still better than like a lot of other safeties in the league. And then Shaggy, thank you for this $5 super chat. Really appreciate it. Says it's about time Grizzard has all of his chess pieces.
Yep.
Yeah, I said during the week that, you know, we've been giving Grizzard grades and analysis and all this stuff. A part of me feels that we can't truly grade Josh Grizzard until these last 4 games. Yes. Hopefully everyone stays healthy, because you're going to have as healthy of a group as they've had all season. And that still means no Cody Mauch and no Ben Bredesen either. But it's the first time you have all of your skill position players.
Yeah, like I said, we're going to see the real Josh Grizzard here the final few weeks. Again, I think he's been limited due to injuries. You can't use injuries as an excuse, but I mean, he's been down Mike Evans. He's been down Chris Godwin Jr. for a big part of the season. Even Bucky Irving, Tristan Wirfs at the beginning of the season and last week.
Holding on the Bucs on defense. You can already tell I'm going to get agitated with these referees. Now, a lot of these calls have went in favor of the Bucs, but I feel like we can't go more than 3 plays without a penalty. And that's what annoys me about referees.
Just let these guys play. That's my thing here.
Let the boys play. Yeah, Braswell in the game now.
Yeah. Levante couldn't get him down, and Jacob Parrish was put on skates earlier with that reception by Bijan Robinson.
Yeah, that he was. They're going to blitz Levante. Cousins pump fakes. Levante had him, and then Cousins just dirts it into the ground. That's what I want to see more of. Don't get me wrong. I love the blitzes from the safeties and Jacob Parrish, stuff like that. But that takes a little bit more time. When you're blitzed with Levante, I know he came off the edge, but that's usually, bam, just straight up the middle. And I think that's what they need, because Kirk Cousins can't move.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So...
yeah, it's like kind of like Tom Brady's kryptonite was that pressure up the middle. If you can get good pressure up the middle, because he's not a mobile quarterback, you can really affect his passing ability. The same thing here with Kirk Cousins. 2nd
and 10. Cousins throws over the middle. Caught. Tackled by Levante and set up a 3rd and short.
Izien was so close to intercepting that pass, it looked like from the angle we saw. Man, I'm sure
he was. $12:42 to go in the 3rd quarter. 2nd quarter, 3rd down coming up, 3rd and 4. Bucs sticking with their backup outside linebackers. Oh, boy. This one's going to Bijan. I feel it. Nope. Incomplete. Now, what does Atlanta decide to do on 4th down? They're going to elect for the field goal. So that's a win for the Bucs. See the aerial view.
This one should be an easy kick, but the Falcons have gone through a few kickers this season. We know Younghoe Koo got released after week 1 when he missed a few kicks in that first game. And then they went to John Parker Romo. That didn't work out. Now we got Zane Gonzalez, 31-yard. This should be a pretty easy one. I mean, but they've had struggles at the position.
Beautiful look at the pirate ship and Christmas lights, by the way. Ooh, kick is good. It was a little bit to the left, but nonetheless, the kick is good by Gonzalez. Bucs maintain their lead. It is 7. Oh, wait, no. Is that an offside?
Oh,
my God.
Here comes Kirk Cousins back out on the football field. Oh, man.
That's
Bucs beating
costly.
Bucs. Yep, that's Zion right there.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh, God. When it rains, it pours. I mean, it's been such a tough year for Zion. And then, for that to happen. Of course, now Bijan's going to be the one to score. So that's always how it is. Now, people saying Zion needs to be traded. They're not going to trade him. They just signed him to an extension. Ah, jeez.
Oh, that's Kyle Pitts right up the middle, right there, touchdown. Wow.
Kyle Pitts might as well be Rob Gronkowski, Tony Gonzalez, Antonio Gates. Who am I thinking of? Travis Kelce.
Man. He had one touchdown this season, now 2 touchdowns, and this all comes because that Zion McCollum mental error. Man, you could have left this field right now 7-3, and now it's gonna be a tied ball game. Bucs beating Bucs.
All right, I'm going to tweet out Kyle Pitts against every team in the NFL besides the Bucs is a below average tight end.
With the exception of last week, because he got 90 receiving yards against the Seahawks last week. But overall, he averages about 40-something yards per game.
Yeah. Let me...
Carl G here. Carl G says Zion wants Bulls out. He's savage. That's a good one.
Okay, Kyle Pitts against the Bucs turns into a combination of Gronk, Tony Gonzalez,
Antonio Gates is all the great tight ends. Man.
Oh, man. I mean, that's the freaking Bucs, is it not? At least this season it has been. Dash Mo says special teams always making an impact. Sorry.
Yeah,
I had to laugh.
And how much credit, honestly, can we give to Zion last week for that interception when it just looked like miscommunication between Shuck and the wide receiver, because the wide receiver ran, I believe, a curl route on that route.
Yeah.
And then, he's like, Shuck is expecting him to go deep, and Zion's basically the receiver there, and he just gets an easy interception. I mean, I don't want to discredit his interception, but I mean, he's been a lot.
Right. It's as easy of an interception that you'll get in the NFL, and he has to have that one. And the Bucs also, I mean, they gave up the touchdown anyway, but they also benefited from it. If you go back a couple of plays, the third down that led to the field goal, the incompletion, it looked like Cousins thought Bijan Robinson was going to continue going out to the sideline where Bijan just stopped his route, and that led to the incompletion. So probably would have been a touchdown either way.
Yep, get on there.
My guy Hezo813 says Kirk picking up where he left off against this defense. Yep, that's the Bucs for you. The only team to make Kirk Cousins look unstoppable.
Yeah, just like Pitts, when he looks average every week. He's had 3 touchdowns coming into his game and 3 interceptions, nothing much. But then when he faces the Buccaneers, he gets 400-plus yards, multiple touchdowns. He looks like, an MVP-level quarterback. I don't know. He's just the Buccaneers' kryptonite, like you said earlier.
Geist8569, thanks for the $2 super chat, says, how much money does a QB sack cost? More than $14 million, I'll tell you that, because that's what they're paying Hassan Reddick. And then Sad Buck Fan, thanks for the $1.99 super chat, says, one leg Kirk is 8 of 10. This defense is horrible. And you know what? This is exactly what happened in the Cardinals game, where the Bucs get a lead. Okay, great. You got a lead. Nice. And then, bam, the defense allows a score almost immediately. And we're seeing this blueprint yet again.
And they were going to get off the field again, 3-7, but then Zion has that mental error, and then they tied up pretty easily, man. It's just Bucs beating Bucs. That's what it comes down to. You can't face the opponent and yourself. You can't be making
exactly.
You're definitely
Well said. The real Maverick, 9 touchdowns so far against the Bucs as a Falcon for Kirk Cousins. Yeah. 9 touchdowns in, well, I guess there was overtime, so 9 touchdowns in 10 quarters, essentially.
If he's with the Falcons next year, just anytime the Falcons face the Buccaneers, just put him in.
Right, yeah. Even if Michael Penix is having a good year, it's like, hey man, like, forget like Brady in his prime or Michael Jordan in his prime in basketball. Kirk Cousins against the Bucs is, unstoppable. But let's see how the Bucs respond on this drive. Baker's under center. They're going to run it up the gut with Bucky Irving, who picks up about 8 yards on the play. And we have a super chat from Virgin Boys. Thank you very much. Says, for the $1.99, says, they should have just elevated JPP. I don't care anymore. If the defense continues to look like this, they damn sure likely will call up JPP. Because at this point, what do you have to lose?
Yeah, I don't know how much he has left in the tank. His last sack came in 2022. He's going to be 37 next year. But, I mean, like you said, what do you have to lose? None of these guys can get to the quarterback. Let's try JPP out there. Let's see if that works.
Bucs go play action. 2nd and 1. Baker, oh, jeez, going to get sacked. 2nd and 1 and you get sacked. Come on. Flag on the play. Probably be a hold on the Bucs. Ah.
Well, that helps
Bucs get bailed out.
That's the 3rd penalty, right, on the game for A.J. Terrell Jr.
Yeah, so clearly the refs are not messing around with A.J. Terrell and his grabbing and stuff. Godwin tripped, too. I think the Bucs may have got bailed out a little bit. It looked like, as far as the feet, kind of an incidental contact type of thing. But, hey, you'll take it. Still don't love all the penalties, but it is what it is. What's going on? Okay. Bucs will start this drive in shotgun. It's a handoff to Sean Tucker. He's far behind the line of scrimmage, but gets about 8 yards. I'm almost expecting a flag.
No flag.
No, all right.
Pulling the tackle again. Luke comes around. Josh Brodeur looks so far to be in his bag. I like these play calls so far.
Showing some highlights of Baker. Yeah, I say the throw to McMillan and the one to Ibuka as well have been the big plays for the Bucs offensively.
Oh, Bucky's going nowhere. He's going to lose about 3 or 4 on that play, man.
Looks like the Bucs. Look for a second. Baker wants to go a little up tempo, no huddle, but it's tough to do when you lose 4 yards on a play. Showing highlights of Baker in Carolina headbutting people without a helmet on.
I would invite that.
Yeah. Well, in LA as well. All right, 3rd and 7. Baker pump fakes. He's running.
Oh.
Pump fakes, throws down the field. He's looking for Evans. Bucs aren't going to get bailed out on a call this time.
Okay. But he could have got the first down with his feet, but good penalty here in favor of the Buccaneers.
Now, there is a flag. Okay.
Oh, it's going to be on. Oh, decline.
Yeah, ineligible. Yeah. Downfield.
I want to see the replay, but I believe Baker could have just got the first down with his feet there.
Let's see. Get a nice overview, too. All right. Yeah, I mean, Evans was open right away.
No, you couldn't get it. No, it's the line of scrimmage is also yellow. Yeah, that's the thing you were talking about earlier. It's orange or yellow.
All right, Bucs going to have to punt. returnable for Devin Tompkins, the former Tampa Bay Buccaneer, but quickly tackled on the play. I thought I missed a super chat. Mark Fisher, thank you for the super chat, says, don't overlook these invisible improvements on defense. It does feel like this defense, if it's a tie game or they're losing, they're like, all right, time to step it up and get a stop. But if they're winning, then it's like, all right, we can relax and they can go and get
Take the foot off the gas.
Why? Yeah, like why can't it just be keep it 100 the whole time? But that's not how they want to do it. The real Maverick says, can't be explosive when you aren't blocking. Protection doesn't seem as good as it's been in recent weeks. Bucs guy says, glad we got all the receivers back. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be a little sarcasm because they didn't score, but overall, yes, it is a good thing that they have returned. Demon says, do we really want this team to make the playoffs? Yeah, I want to cover a playoff team. Guy85 says, MVP talk killed Baker. I don't think it killed him. I mean, he's the first one to say it's rat poison. Don't take the rat poison. It's all just, it's all just talk and stuff like that. And then Hewitt Grant says, Baker's just off, man. And that's the problem, is because it's felt like for a couple of weeks now, Baker continues to feel off. And they can't afford that for too much longer. I mean, they just lost to a 2-win, now 3-win team on Sunday. And they certainly don't look spectacular tonight either.
Yeah, I was watching the guys over at PFF, Trevor Sickman. They were talking about since week 10, Baker Mayfield has thrown the most uncatchable percentage of passes to his wide receivers. He hasn't been accurate. He's been one of the least accurate quarterbacks in terms of throwing uncatchable passes to his receivers. And we know all those overthrows, that hurts that certain metric.
Yeah.
I mean, but it comes down also to execution, like we've been talking about. And I feel like I've said this before, since the San Francisco 49ers game where Baker Mayfield missed Emeka Egbuka twice over the middle, he was wide open, he's been off. I don't know exactly the reason for that, but his accuracy has been an issue really the second half of this year.
Falcons start their next drive right before the 30. Oh, God. It's going to be a big run for Bijan Robinson. It looked like Jamel Dean got held. Yes. Whew. Needed that. That actually was a good call. Now I'm sure Bijan's very tired. Should probably go to the bench. Get those lungs back.
Make sure he's well rested for the second half. Yeah, I would keep him on the bench. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a clear, obvious hold. That's
Sometimes those downfield blocks are tough too, because like you don't have eyes in the back of your head. You don't know when that rusher is coming.
Yeah.
So, or that runner. False start? Yeah. False start on the tight end. Interesting. The Bucs still have a 54% playoff probability if they were to lose tonight. Which pretty much says that they believe that they're going to beat the Panthers next week, which is kind of crazy, but what do I know? Interesting. Hassan Reddick is lined up in the inside linebacker position on this play and just completely missed Bijan Robinson. So maybe not the most creative idea by Todd Bowles. And they ran right at him. No doubt he didn't make the play.
Created. Yeah. What a hole that offensive line created. And this is an offensive line overall that's better at run blocking than pass blocking. But that was a beautiful hole. Runs it up right up the
Yeah.
middle, second and third now.
No, you're right. Like credit to the offensive line. They are paid to do a job. But to me, it's just ridiculously stupid to have Hassan Reddick go there.
Yeah, and this is dangerous now. You don't want B. John Robinson to start getting high. He just gets the first down here. Oof.
Yeah. Now it's going to be a world of hurt.
Here coming in. Yep. Already 9 rushes, 59 yards. We're only in the second quarter for him.
Yeah. All right. He's got 9.6 fantasy points, PPR league. So not great, but not awful. New set of downs for the Falcons at their own 40. Going play action. Yaya Diaby had him. Cousins just essentially dirts it down the field.
Yeah, didn't get the sack, of course, but that pressure caused the incompletion there. Good stuff. And also Jacob Parrish came in on the blitz. Both those guys affecting that pass, causing pressure on Kirk Cousins.
At least they finally hit him this time.
Yeah.
And that, to me, I mean, I'm sticking with the blitzes. I'm going to continue to blitz him and force him to get rid of the ball quickly.
We got Zion outside covering Bijan. Interesting matchup there.
Huh.
And he goes right to Zion. Oh,
got to step on him. Did he catch? I don't know if he had both feet in bounds. The refs are going to say it was a catch. Get ready to challenge it. He didn't have both feet in bounds. The refs didn't even make a signal. Because it looks like he bobbled it as well. Okay, one hand. Still not a catch. No, that's incomplete. It's incomplete. Clear as day.
But teams aren't afraid of Zion. They target him. They put the running back on him, not even a wide receiver, the running back on him, and he almost gets beat deep there. If you remember the last week to start off the game, the Saints had the big return, and then right away, goes deep to Olave, and luckily Olave drops the pass, but then Zion would have got beat for a touchdown to start off the game. Teams aren't scared of the Buccaneers CB1 Zion. So, I mean, normally teams try to stay away from the CB1.
Right?
But in this case,
you're 100%. You're 100% correct. Teams want to attack Zion. It honestly started a little bit with the Patriots, but really the Bills and the Rams kind of perfected it. Looked like an illegal shift by the Falcons. I think there's had to be at least 10 close-ups of Raheem Morris so far in this game, compared to 2 for Todd Bowles.
We can't hear, but maybe they're talking about him being on the hot seat, of course. Atlanta not having the season they expected, all those things. And Atlanta, they have talent on offense, on defense. So that if there becomes a vacancy, comes about in Atlanta, that's a nice landing spot for a potential, any head coaching candidate wants to take a job. The only problem is they don't have a first round pick in this year's draft, but you have an overall talented team.
It's going to the Rams of all teams.
Yeah, that's going to be a top 10 pick too. That's scary.
All right, Bucs get the stop on 3rd and 15. I do wonder if Atlanta would go for it because it's about a 4th and 2 or 4th and 3, and you're a 4-win team that has nothing to play for. Yep, they're going to go for it. And the Bucs are going to allow it. Oh.
It looks to be injury.
Never want to see injury. Never want to. I know Zion's been struggling. We've been critical, but definitely don't want to see injury. And, not cool to be celebrating it either. Let's see. Sorry, just trying to recap where we let off. Batman, thank you for the $1.99 super chat and also for protecting the streets of Gotham. Says, serious question, what the F is Winfield doing, man? Yeah, that was weird. I think this might be talking about that big throw to Pitts, the drive previously. He just looked kind of slow for whatever reason.
Yeah.
A little, I shouldn't say slow, maybe more like flat-footed. Bart Harley Jarvis, thanks for this $5 super chat. Says, turn you guys on for my audio because I can't listen to Herb Street, complete donkey. Also, every interior defensive line other than Cansey and Vita can go. Well, thanks for listening to us. We appreciate that as the Falcons do bring on their punt team. I still like Elijah Roberts. I think he could, remember, he's a rookie that was a 5th round or 6th round pick. So probably needs a little more polishing, but I wouldn't give up on Elijah Roberts yet either. But thanks for the kind words.
Yeah, I think Elijah, if the Buccaneers go into next season and it's Vita and Elijah Cansey and Elijah Roberts, I'd be okay with that. I think he has more upside than Logan Hahn. Logan Hahn is in a contract year. But I'm seeing a lot of people celebrating the Zion injury here, and of course,
that's not cool.
Let's calm it down a bit with that. Okay,
yeah.
He's still a person. You don't have to like him, of course, but let's not celebrate the injury.
Yeah,
that's kind of a bit too much.
I agree. I mean, Zion's a great dude. He's been on our podcast. He was at our Pewter Report, Pewter Platinum member meetup. So, definitely not okay to be celebrating his injury. Sad Buck fan, and this super chat was before Zion got hurt. So thanks for the $1.99 super chat. Says, I don't care, cut Zion. That's not how a business is ran. It's going to kill their cap, a lot of dead money, so that won't be happening. But I understand the frustration. The Real Maverick has now been a Pewter Report YouTube channel member for 3 months now, so thank you so much for your support. Says, Yaya, going to make a career out of missing sacks, has no killer instinct to finish. Bowls, logic, blitz works, then let's not do it again for the rest of the quarter. Or game for someone known as the blitz guy hasn't seen it lately. I think there's no doubt about it. The Bucs should just continue to blitz. It's been working, and I agree. Like, don't stop until they find a way to adjust to it, which they haven't yet.
I like those Jacob Parrish blitzes from the nickel position. Like that almost got to Kirk earlier, but I like those types of blitzes as well. But yeah, I understand what he says.
And then Mark Fisher, thanks for the $1.99, says Tampa Bay has gone from Revis Island to Zion. Welcome, Matt. Damn. Yeah, a little bit so. But hopefully Zion will be okay. Let's get to a couple of other comments here. Frank G says, Cansey can go. What's the point being available for one game, then go on injured reserve? It's frustrating because he's so good when he's available. But if he's only going to be available for 7 games in a season, that doesn't do too much for Tampa Bay. And this one I think was concerning because it was a different injury. You know, typically it's been like a knee or an ankle or whatever, but this time being a pec is just, it's very different. Baker goes incomplete on first down. Couldn't find Buck. He was pressured a lot on the play too. And Atlanta's done a good job pressuring Baker, a couple of sacks, and not giving him too much time to throw.
I mean, we talked about the talent they had earlier at the edge rush position for Atlanta with Jalen Walker and also James Pierce Jr. But inside in that interior defensive line, Brandon Dorlus he's had a breakout season. He has 6 sacks this season. The Atlanta media was raving about him in the offseason, talking about he had the best offseason overall for any Atlanta Falcons player. They really like him. And, they had the idea that Rick Aroro was going to be the future of that defensive line because they moved on from Grady Jarrett, but it's really been Brandon Dorlus. This is his 2nd year out of Oregon now. Oh, look, Tony Dungy's at the game.
That's cool. Shout out Tony Dungy, friend of the program as well, was on, I believe, right before the season. And Brandon Dorlus, fun thing about him, he, when he was training for the NFL draft, was training in Tampa. So a little bit of familiarity for him. Yeah, I believe I spoke to him at the Senior Bowl 2 seasons ago when he was there. Nice guy.
That's cool.
3rd and 6 for the Bucs. Baker throws. He's got Mike Evans. First down, Tampa Bay. Big time catch for Mike. What I also like seeing, well, not that he's not playing, but Tyke Smith is right there on the sideline as well. He just patted Mike Evans. He was involved in some other plays as well, seeing what the ref is saying and stuff like that. I kind of like that Tyke Smith is so up in the mix. All right, 5:12 to go in this first quarter. Let's see if the Bucs can score and not give too much time left to Atlanta. Baker with a low throw. Nice job, Emeka Egbuka. That's a first down for Tampa Bay. Nice broken tackle as well. And Buccaneers Communications has tweeted out, with his last catch, Emeka Egbuka has surpassed Lawrence Dawsey for the 5th most receptions by a rookie in franchise history. Dawsey had 55 in 1991. So congratulations to Emeka Egbuka. I'm sure he's probably not going to catch Mike, but I'm sure he might be able to surpass a couple of other players as well. Or rookies. Bucs go play action on 1st and 10. Baker fires down the field. He's got Jalen McMillan. Another big catch for Jalen. He is fired up. Good for him.
Good stuff right there. I love to see these two guys back, and Zion's now walking off into the back. But yeah, Zion can beat you deep. This offense has missed somebody that can beat you deep, and now I'm sorry, not Zion. I mean Jalen McMillan.
Yeah,
this is good to have him back. I mean, I'm sure Baker Mayfield. This is Christmas for him, having Mike Evans back out there, J-Mac and Tristan Wirfs. Man, this is exciting stuff.
Man, yeah, it's just so awesome to see, like, stories of perseverance and stuff, and having to wait your time. It's great to see. Oh my God, Bucky got absolutely smoked as he tried to do a spin move. He gets up though. I'd like to see 6 points. Well, 7 points, but a 6-point play for Tampa Bay. An interesting game of cat and mouse here, because you obviously want to get the touchdown. There's 3:10 to go. It's 2nd and 9. But you also kind of want to milk the clock a little bit as well.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, you'll take the points as you can. Interesting. Bucky's going to line up at wide receiver here.
Ooh.
Baker's going to throw it. Oh, God.
That was scary right there. Oof. I was getting flashbacks to week 2 of the preseason when J-Mac landed wrong against the Pittsburgh Steelers there. This time.
Yeah, and Jalen McMillan just went into the face of a couple of the Falcons defenders. I mean, just a poor throw by Baker Mayfield, extremely high.
Way too high.
Oh, God. Thank goodness Mike is okay. I mean, that could have been very serious.
Look at J-Mac. That's good for him standing up for Mike.
Yeah.
You love to see that. They're fighting
Kobe
for
Bryant, I actually wanted the Bucs to draft him. He actually went undrafted by the Falcons, or undrafted to the Falcons.
Yeah. But luckily, of course, Mike, he's on the sideline now, but didn't land on that neck. Man. Because in that Lions game, too, he was just coming back from the hamstring injury, and then he breaks the collarbone. Imagine if he comes back from the broken collarbone and then lands on his neck, and he's out again.
Yeah.
And it's just done for the season.
Mike looks very angry on the sidelines. I mean, that was horrifying. I mean, it's a high throw by Baker. I don't know what the heck he's doing either.
Baker thinks he's
3rd and 9 for Tampa Bay. And we have not seen Mike back just yet. See what they can do. Tez Johnson in the game. Baker's trying to run around. Finds a lane this time. Stiff arms. Holds onto the ball. And he's going to get a 1-yard gain. Bucs will have to settle for a field goal.
And because of the angle, we couldn't see the wide receivers running, but it could have been a coverage sack there also. Let's see if they
keep showing Evans on the sideline. He looks to be in pain. Yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty annoyed by the Mike injury or the whole
Yeah.
thing with Mike. I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty distracted by it. But Chase McLaughlin is on for a 49-yard field goal. The kick is up, and it is good. The Bucs will take a 10-7 lead. Oh man, I don't know. I don't. I don't feel good about what just happened there.
No, like I said, I was getting flashbacks while he was in the air of
Yeah,
that
dude.
pass to J-Mac against the Steelers. Oh, and they're showing it again.
Oh god.
That's scary stuff right there.
It's like at this point, it's like, Mike doesn't have to play anymore. And I don't think he's going to want to play next season if he's going to get stupid hits like that. And it's kind of been a theme for Baker. He's been throwing balls high all season long, but, he's talking with wide receivers coach Brian McClendon, so hopefully he's okay. Sad Buck fan says, and thanks for the $1.99 super chat, says, is it personnel or scheme at this point? Sorry, missed this, so I'm not sure if you mean the defense or the offense. I will say offense, I think it's more player execution. Defense, I think it's more scheme. What do you think, though?
No, I fully agree with you right there. I mean, look at the high pass, high throw, inaccurate pass by Baker to Evans, almost a hospital ball, essentially. I mean, yes, I agree with you. Offense, it is execution. Defense, it is scheme.
And then Bart Harley Jarvis, thank you for this $2 super chat, said, ban that hit in the CFL and NFL should too.
Well, did you see the Zach Ertz injury where he goes for the defender went for the leg and the leg he tore his ACL because of that?
I heard he tore his ACL. I didn't actually see the play itself.
It was a similar play, but he's hitting the leg and then you see it in the air. It's pretty gruesome.
Screen pass to Bijan gets about 10 yards. The problem is like, what are you supposed to do on that play if you're the defender? Like for Mike specifically, he's jumping to make the catch. You don't want to just let him make the catch. And I'm not defending what Kobe Bryant did, but
no, I get it. It makes a hit box so limited for defenders. If you can't hit the legs also, if they're in the air, I mean, there's not much you can do. You're just giving up the reception there. I agree with you.
By the way, Zion McCollum is questionable to return with a hip injury. Sal 319 says everything is still a struggle. That I agree with. Things have not come easy for Tampa Bay. And he's 813 says watch on Prime Vision to see just how many open passes Baker is turning down. I noticed that on the one, it was a third down. He was trying to extend the play, and he threw deep to Mike. It ended up being an ineligible man downfield on the Bucs. But he had Mike, like, before he even started to scramble to the outside, he had Mike if he threw it right away, and he just didn't. So, yeah, I don't know. Something's up with Baker, and it's not good. Bucs guy says, I'm out on this team, man. Don't give up yet. They could still win the division. They can still win tonight. Steinbauer Sports says Baker is not Tom Brady. Well, nobody's Tom Brady. It's not fair to compare Baker to Tom Brady. Frank G says Baker's not comfortable in the pocket. That I agree with. He just, I don't know. He's just running around too much for my liking.
Yeah, there was a comment here that talked about Baker having happy feet. I agree with that. He looks a bit shaky out there, just moving a little bit too early. And, I mean, the interior offensive line, of course, you have Dan Feeney, right guard, Michael Jordan at left guard, and Grant Barton hasn't had the best, sophomore season. A lot of that does come down to the injuries and consistency of the guys around him. I mean, but the pocket's not clean, of course. It's gonna affect Baker. Dash Mouth says skittish in the pocket. That is correct for Baker. Benjamin Hubbard says he's been looking shaky since the Lions. And in that Lions game, he was throwing those high passes, had a few passes batted down as well.
Let's see. 2nd and inches, 1:57 to go. We're back from the 2-minute warning. Going to run it with Bijan. Gets a couple of yards. Minute 40 to go. Each team, Bucs have 2 timeouts. I don't remember when they called their first. Atlanta has all 3.
Cousins, wow.
Deep down the field for Kyle Pitts, who gets smoked, but it's a big gain. Kyle Pitts, once again, becomes the greatest tight end of all time. I need to remember that next time they go against the Bucs.
And that's Christian Izien who's working against him. That was his assignment. Just like Antoine Winfield Jr. earlier, Christian Izien this time falls victim to Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, not good. 50 seconds to go. And remember, the Falcons do get the ball in the 3rd quarter, so definitely looking to double dip, but not just tie the game, but to take the lead. Cousins has all day to throw. Oh, my God.
There he is again. Way too easy. What is this? Do the Buccaneers, do they want to win this game or not? I don't understand what's going on anymore.
Dude.
So soft.
This is mind-numbingly bad.
It's so easy. Nobody was even covering him. He did his little hesitation move.
Wide open, guys.
Yep. I mean, that's on scheme. That's on Bulls right there, too. Players as well, but what is
crazy to me, and correct me if I'm wrong, but, like, they didn't blitz on that play.
Mm-hmm.
When they have blitzed, they have not been beaten as badly as when they just go with the 4-man pass rush. Is that safe to say?
I think so. And the soft zone coverage here is just wait. Kirk Cousins is going to pick you apart, and Kyle Pitts is going to do the same thing here. This doesn't look like a team that their backs against the wall and they need to respond and they need to win. I mean, I don't know what we're seeing here. If the Buccaneers lose today, they're in serious trouble in terms of making the playoffs, of course. This is not the type of football I would expect them to have coming out of this game.
This Bucs defense is dog squat awful. Awful. And I don't care that Tyke Smith isn't in the game. Shout out Tyke Smith. He's been fantastic for this team. That's not enough of an excuse to play like they are right now. I mean, goodness gracious.
Kyle Pitts had 1 touchdown the entire season coming into this game. Look at this. He goes up for 2 here.
Oh, my goodness. I'll wait to read off some stats and stuff at halftime since we're under a minute. But, I mean, Kirk Cousins, I imagine, is going to have a field day. Good God. Yeah, I'll get some comments as well. Let's keep it, we'll say, keep it rated R. Let's try not to cuss terribly or give too many personal insults, but totally understand as well. Everybody is angry and pissed off. Where did we leave off with the super chats? Just want to make sure. Meets McGee, thanks for the $5 super chat, says Grizzard's game plan sucks. He's too enamored by his new toys. Please mix the long plays with the short runs. Run the damn ball. I feel like they ran it a solid amount. Virgin Boys, thanks for the $1.99 super chat, says, I don't care how the season ends, fire Bowles. Listen, it's either going to be fire Bowles or make some serious adjustments to the coaching staff and everything else, because this is inexcusable for a Falcons team that has been awful for the last couple of games.
I'm not on the fire Todd Bowles train as of yet. But those chants, those fire Todd Bowles chants are going to become louder and louder and louder if they lose here tonight. This is going to be, his seat is going to get very, very hot.
Sad Buck fan, thanks for the $1.99, says, what a defensive mastermind Bowles is. Kings are awful. Thanks for the $1.99. Says, at the game chanting fire Bowles with the crowd. Yeah, good for you. Get your money's worth. Thanks for watching us as well.
Thank you.
And Wavocito, thanks for the $1.99 super chat, says, we're the NFC South Bengals with Todd Tomlin. Well, Mike Tomlin coaches the Steelers. It's not exactly sure what you're going for there, but thank you for the super chat. I thought I had the score up. Now we do. Okay, 33 seconds to go. What do you do here? Do you stay aggressive, try to get into field goal range with 2 timeouts, or do you just say, I've seen enough, let's get to halftime?
I try to be aggressive. You have 2 timeouts. Just see what happens. I mean, you got to win this game. You got to put points up.
Yeah, I agree. Mike not on the field either. Baker pump fakes.
Oh, boy.
Oh, geez. I also don't understand why Rachaad White didn't try to dive and knock that ball down. Don't love that effort by Shad. The guy you were just talking about before, Rook Ororo.
Mm-hmm. Gets that batted pass. Oh, man.
Baker does get a lot of passes batted down just by the nature of his size. Second and 10, 25 seconds to go. Evans is on the field, so that's good. They're going to look for Evans, and what do you know? Baker throws it high. And to be honest, I don't blame Mike for not wanting to jump.
Yep. No, yeah.
Bucs going to get bailed out. 15-yard penalty for a face mask.
All right,
That's
and they
big.
still have 2 timeouts. Yeah.
That's right.
That's D. Alford. He's in for Billy Bowman Jr. He's on IR.
Oh, it might be a 5-yard penalty, but nonetheless, a penalty. More importantly, yes, gives it a first down.
New chance at life here, but you gotta execute better.
Look at that penalty difference, 70-10 in favor, well, more for the Falcons. Baker's going to drop back, throwing deep down the field. He's got an open Mike Evans who slides, makes the catch, and smartly gets out of bounds with 13 seconds to go.
And an accurate pass. I'm surprised it wasn't overthrown.
Yeah, and Mike had to stop as well just to make sure he made the catch.
That is true.
Big play. Yeah, just slipped. Okay, never mind. Baker did kind of throw that in stride. I don't know why Mike slid. But anyway, got out of bounds. 13 seconds gives them an opportunity to potentially go for the end zone.
Oh, boy.
Oh, Luke Gedeke got beat bad. Just go down. You got to call a timeout. You might as well just kick the field goal now.
Yeah, 6 seconds left. 13-14.
Don't be stupid. Just kick the field goal.
Right, they put 7 seconds extra on the clock, but I mean, I wouldn't risk it. If Baker takes another sack, I mean, does it give you enough time?
I wish there was like 10 seconds because then you can run it quick.
Yep.
I honestly would like QB sneak it, try to get a couple yards, and immediately call a timeout.
Like that.
What happens because if they try to run it with Bucky or whoever's in the game at running back, the D line's just going to try to like hold you up essentially and kill some more time. I don't like this.
All right, Atlanta's going to call the timeout here.
Okay. Typical Bucs game, ain't it right? Slipping and sliding all over the field. Okay. Oh, wait, never mind. Looked like he was walking on the field. He's just walking to his little setup.
This has to be something very, very quick.
Yeah.
All right. 2nd and 18, 7 seconds left.
Mike Evans in the slot. Rashad White in at running back. McMillan moves a little more out wide. Dude, just get rid of it! Don't you dare say that's a... Yeah, no. All right. They made the right play. Shocked Baker actually
Yeah.
used some common sense and didn't try to overdo it. All right. Chase McLaughlin on to try a pretty long
Chase Bank
field goal.
open at 9:47.
Could be.
After hours.
52-yarder. Well within his range.
It's
Pick is up. Right down the pipe. And it's good. Trail 14-13 at the half. Can really only be best described as topsy-turvy. I'm actually going to tweet that out. Bucs trail 14-13 at the half.
Carl G. Falcons have it. Second half. Yep, they get the ball back once this game resumes. Ashley 9 says, I've seen enough of Baker.
Okay, sent that tweet out. Let's Mark Fisher, thanks for the $1.99 super chat, says, why can other teams stop New Orleans and Atlanta and we can't? It's a great question. It's like they don't watch tape. It's like they just try to come up with their own game plan instead of seeing what other teams have done to stop these teams. It's pretty egregious. Jordan Peters, thank you for the $2 super chat, says Atlanta has 10 penalties already and still this ... Could not agree more. How are you winning that much in yardage in the penalties and yet you're down at halftime? Virgin Boys, thanks for the $1.99 super chat, says his defense is no fire. We need real captains. I mean, that was kind of the plan with JPP coming in, so maybe he can be that fire starter next week. Callie Bucks has now been a Pewter Report YouTube channel member for 15 months. Thank you very, very much. Says, how do you not enter this game scheme to take and have everyone except Pitts beat you? You take away the best player. It's not rocket science. You're 1,000,000% right. And add on top that no Drake London. So
yeah.
Freak is back. Thanks for the $4.99 super chat. Says, I'm sorry, but Baker is not it. Looking like the guy the doubters talk about. I mean, we can't sugarcoat it that much more anymore. Baker has not played good football at least the last 2 weeks. Yeah, I'd say at least.
I mean, even before that,
weeks.
for much longer, I would say, than 2 weeks. I mean, that's what killed the MVP chance for him. Just the inaccuracy. I don't know if he's been dealing with some nagging injury of a hand. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with him, but he definitely is. Right. He's not the Baker Mayfield we saw for a few solid weeks earlier in the season, where we were calling that he might be in the MVP race early on. This hasn't looked like anywhere close to MVP Baker, and I know a lot of Bucs fans are upset with him now, and that's rightly so. The inaccuracy has hurt this team. Even when he get Mike Evans back, he's throwing passes to Mike like if he's 7'5" or 8'5", over his head. Mm-hmm. That, almost put him in the hospital here.
Yeah, it's been several weeks now at this point. Paul Morales, thanks for the $4.99 super chat, says, we will know if we will win based off of the next possession. Could be. I mean, you don't want the Falcons to set the tone. I don't know. I feel like this game's going to come down to the wire. That's just what they do.
Yeah. The cardiac Bucs.
By the way, yes, very much cardiac Bucs. By the way, since we are at halftime, probably a good time to hear a message from the good people over at Jorgensen Law.
Welcome to Jorgensen Law PA, where our family's legacy drives us to fight for your rights. Specializing in personal injury, workers' compensation, and Social Security, we're committed to winning for you. No fees unless we succeed. Trust in our family to help yours. Let's achieve justice together.
That's right, Jorgensen Law PA. They are the champions of the injured and disabled. Their office is in St. Petersburg, Florida. You can get a free case evaluation, and no fees will be taken until they go and win your case. You can give Jorgensen Law a call at 727-347-7733. That's 727-347-7733. They are the official law firm of PewterReport.com, and you can see their name sponsoring every injury report for the Bucs and every on PewterReport.com and every injury-related article on PewterReport.com. And if you've paid attention to the Bucs at all this season, there's been a lot of injury conversation. Not that we want to be talking about injuries, even though we do love Jorgensen Law, but we have to talk about injuries based on what's gone on with Tampa Bay and all the injuries this season. And K Lear 2, thank you for this $2 super chat, says Liam Cohen got the best out of Baker. That's absolutely correct. It was all about timing, rhythm. The run game was a lot better. In fairness, he had healthier players for a majority of the season compared to the injuries that the Bucs have dealt. But yeah, it's whatever the opposite of buyer's remorse would be with the Bucs, not letting go of Todd Bowles and making Liam Cohen the head coach. Liam Cohen goes to Jacksonville, and now they're one of the best teams in the league, a 9-4 record, and playing some good football down the stretch.
Last year, Baker had more interceptions, but I'll take more touchdowns if that results
For
more.
sure.
He was playing more fearlessly, and yeah, he did get the best out of him. I'm just hoping with all these receivers coming back, it doesn't look like it's going to be this week, when Baker Mayfield gets back in his groove. But at some point before we reach the playoffs, if they reach the playoffs, of course, because they have to win these games, I want to see Baker get back in stride. It just feels like also, I don't know, just if I was Grizzard, scheme up some really easy, completions early on, get Baker Mayfield in the groove. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree with that. Cali Bucks, thanks for the $4.99 super chat, says, it was obvious that Pitts would have this type of game against the Bucs. Take him away, make Mooney or any wide receiver beat you, makes zero sense. It's mind-numbing. It is absolutely mind-numbing at this point. Bijan Robinson's so great of a player that, he's going to get his stats no matter what, but he hasn't killed the Bucs. It's been Kyle Pitts, and I could not agree more. I mean, double team him if you have to. Make Darnell Mooney and Sills and some of these other receivers be the ones to beat you. It's honestly inexcusable at this point. And let's take a look at the stats for the Bucs and Falcons since we are through the first half. Baker Mayfield is 9 of 19 for 145 yards. That's an average of 7.6 yards per attempt. He does not have a touchdown or an interception. Remember, Jalen McMillan was down at the 1 on his catch. He's been sacked 2 times for 13 yards and has a QB rating of 73.4. Bucky Irving, the lead rusher, but not spectacular on the ground. He's 7 for 25, an average of 3.6, has a long of 11. Rachaad White, only 1 rushing attempt, but certainly was great with it. Had a 20-yard run. Sean Tucker, 2 rushes, 7 yards, and had that rushing touchdown. Baker, 1 run for 1 yard. Mike Evans leading the way in receiving, 3 catches for 57. That included the long of 33 on that last play right before the half. He has 8 targets in the half as well.
I was going to point that out right now. The ball's going his way, but it's been inaccurate.
Certainly looking his way, but yes, to your point, Baker not putting it on him. Jalen McMillan, 2 for 38. Emeka Buka, 2 for 35. Bucky Irving, 1 for 11. Chris Godwin Jr., 1 for 4. The Bucs do not have a sack on the immobile Kirk Cousins. And Antoine Winfield Jr. leads the team with 8 tackles. And then looking at Atlanta, Kirk Cousins, 12 for 16, 156 yards and 2 touchdowns. Not sacked, like I mentioned, has a QB rating of 144.8. Bijan Robinson, 10 rushing attempts for 63 yards. Has a long of 13. He's averaging 6.3 yards per attempt. Tyler Algier has 1 attempt for 3 yards. Kyle Pitts, 6 catches, 111 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Bijan, 3 for 25. David Sills, 3 for 20. Darnell Mooney does not have a catch. And then Xavier Watts leading the Falcons with 6 tackles. And James Pierce has 2 sacks, each sack in the game for Atlanta. So those are your stats from the game. And topsy-turvy. That's really the only way I can describe this one.
And that's now 8 sacks on the season for James Pierce Jr. Again, they invested in that edge rusher position, and it's paid off for them. And Kirk Cousins, he had 3 touchdowns coming into this game. He started 4 games for the Atlanta Falcons, had a 1-3 record. He has 2 in this game alone. He becomes a different quarterback when he faces Todd Bowles and Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
It's utterly ridiculous. It's painstaking to watch, to be honest. But the super chats help make it a little bit better.
Yeah.
So thank you to Kings Are Awful for the $1.99, who says Baker is playing like $40 million if they. Sorry, don't totally comprehend what you're saying, but you are at the game watching, so do appreciate you getting your comments in. Dylan Over Turf, 6043. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Says, why does Bowles always play soft zone? Falcons offense is carving us, and he doesn't make adjustments. Our defensive map is penalties. Go, Mike. Yeah, you're voicing a lot of the frustration of other Bucs fans, and you have every right to be angry. It's the same thing week after week. I mean, Tyler Shuck did it a lot with his legs, but that Saints game, they threw a lot of passes right across the middle, bing, bang, boom, first down, no pressure.
Yep.
Not a lot of QB hits. I know they had the 1 QB hit on Cousins in this game. If I'm Todd Bowles, I'm saying we're going down swinging, blitz, and keep on blitzing.
I like it.
Because that's the only way you're going to get Kirk Cousins away from, all these great completions.
Perfectly
Michael Larry, thank you for the $4.99 super chat, says Baker hasn't had a clean pocket for most of the half, and they keep playing that weak zone and getting beat by one person.
The offensive line has been bad, but it's been a combination of the two. It's been offensive line having their struggles and Baker Mayfield also having his inaccuracy issues. But continue, please.
No, yeah, you pretty much summed it up perfectly in terms of it's not just Baker, it's not just the O-line. It is kind of them going hand in hand in screwing this up. So, yeah, I don't know. I forgot which commenter it was, but they had mentioned earlier that it just looks like everything is a struggle for this offense, and that's very much how it feels in this game.
Every yard feels like a struggle. And then on defense, it just feels like it's too easy for the Atlanta Falcons offense to just move down the field.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just
Kid the villain says, oh, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead. No, please go ahead.
Says, I strongly dislike Jason Light, not going to lie. I get the issue with Jason Light wanting to hold on to his draft picks, but I think the hate for Jason Light is a little bit much, in my opinion. He has built a good overall team. You've had injuries. Yeah. I know fans, they just want him to trade up cough up some draft picks to acquire, some help in the edge rusher room, most likely for them. But what do you think about Jason Light overall? I like him as a GM. I think he's underrated.
Yeah, and I think he's a Super Bowl winning GM, and there's not too many of those across the league. And I think anytime you win a Super Bowl, you get a little bit of leeway. But I don't think it's gotten to that point where it's like, oh, Jason Light is slacking off and like this team is abysmal. They certainly have their faults, and at times they look awful, but they have enough talent where they should not be playing like this. Yes. Do they have some holes on the team? For sure, but so does like every team in the league. No team has an all Madden player at every single position. So he leans certainly a lot on development and growth, but I think we're going to see this offseason. They need to readjust and recalibrate how they look at players, how they evaluate players, and find improvement that way.
Yes. I agree. Reevaluate how they look at the edge rush position because you need somebody there. Hassan Reddick clearly wasn't that guy. I don't know what we're going to get from David Walker, but he looked good in college, his college tape. But overall, he's coming off of a torn ACL. Chris Braswell, of course, you're not going to get much from him. I know Jack now loves Chris Braswell. I'm messing with him. But, yeah, you got to reevaluate how you look at the edge rush position because even with guys like Drew Tryon-Shanka, I think he goes for these raw talent, but they don't necessarily pan out.
And don't be afraid. Oh, God. Okay, never mind. I thought it was going to be much worse. And don't be afraid to, pay big money for some players. Don't always go a little too much bargain shopping for my liking.
Yeah, I agree. It feels like they're shopping at Dollar General every off season.
Yeah, exactly.
Looking for the bargains, looking for the discounted players, and he's hoping one of them turns out to be a Shaq Barrett. But it's hard to find those good bargains. It's hard to find those good deals. And you look at a guy like Josh Sweat. I know people were talking about him in the comments earlier. He's done pretty well for himself this season with the Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, even a first-round draft pick like James Pierce Jr. has 8 sacks versus Hassan Reddick's 1.5 sacks.
Right. Yeah, it's all about finding it used to be running back. Finding the right running back was the issue for Jason Light. And now that's fine, obviously, with Bucky and Rashad White's been important and Sean Tucker. Now it's like edge rusher is kind of the new lost in the weeds type of position for him, which is tough because I think if you said Mount Rushmore of most important positions in football, I think edge rusher's on it.
Yeah.
Obviously, quarterback's number 1. Nice tackle for a loss by Yaya Diaby. Set up a 3rd down. Yaya just beats the double team.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Just
by the way, Zion McCollum, I don't know if I said this, but he's out for the rest of the game. So will be Kendall Vildor. Blitz, damn it. Blitz. 3rd and 9. Can the Bucs get off the field? Do they send the blitz?
They do a Parrish.
They blitz Parrish. There's a flag thrown before. Kirk Cousins is not happy. They say the Bucs. Oh, never mind. I don't care. Blitz again. Do not let him get comfortable. Blitz, blitz, blitz.
Send the house. Blitz. Be aggressive. Let's do
blitz.
Let's do it.
If I have to will it and speak it into existence, I will. Blitz, blitz, blitz. They're probably not. They're probably going to drop Levante David back, which he's slower, so it's going to take him longer to get back to that spot, and that's where Kirk Cousins is going to hit it.
Yep, they drop back. Only run 4.
They don't blitz. He's got all day. He throws it underneath. Levante David doesn't make the tackle because he had to go from being up at the line of scrimmage to going back. But anyway, the Bucs do get the stop.
Deion Jones is a former Atlanta Falcon. He gets the tackle there. 4th and 8. Cover 2, quarterback spy, blitz all night. I like it. Mike the Trainer, get live 45. That's a different 45. I like it. I like the comment.
It did have a nice ring to it, like with the rhyming of
it. Yeah.
Bradley. All right, so the Bucs defense did do their job. That punt went 1,000 yards into the end zone. I don't know why Bradley Pinion booted it that way. There is a flag. Okay, it's during the kick, so still be Bucs ball. Won't have great field position, but by the way, Ian T, thank you for this $5 super chat. Says it seems Baker is rushed on most plays. Is it the fault of the O-line, offensive coordinator, or Baker not willing to throw? It is one of those where probably going to have to take a second look at it and see the all-22 and stuff like that. But based on initial reaction, I'm going to say a little bit more of Baker and poor execution than O-line and Josh Grizzard. That's just my opinion. But how do you see it?
I agree. And I think it's a good thing that Baker is still under contract next season. You can wait a little bit, let him play it out, and then, talk about those contract talks after next season before he's free agency. But it's good that he's under contract at least one more year, because if he's having these inaccuracy issues next year, you have to have a real conversation of, is Baker Mayfield that guy? I know a lot of Bucs fans have already turned on him, but I would give it some more time. Here.
Yeah, because right now he's not a $50+ million quarterback.
No.
I mean, you can't look at this game and say he's worth the $50+ million per season.
No.
Bucs guy wants them to throw the ball to Bucky. Maybe they will. You're ridiculous. Says this is Baker's worst season, and it's under the worst offensive coordinator. If we're talking in terms of the Bucs, and prior to his other stops or after his other stops, you're pretty much saying which was his worst season, his first year with Canales or this year. I guess technically it's this year, but there was so much more different variables with who was available and stuff like that. Is Grizzard the worst coordinator they've had with Baker here? I don't know. It's tough to judge just yet. Eddie 9707, thanks for the $2 super chat, says, "Do we look any hungrier for this game at all?" No, unfortunately. Fortunately not.
I want to see them come out with energy. Again, your back's against the wall. Are you going to crumble or are you going to show up? And so far, the energy hasn't been there on offense and on defense. Things can be turned around here, but they don't look like the hungrier team. And last week, the Saints, who are already eliminated from the playoffs, they look like the hungrier team out there. This team needs to wake up or they're going to be in big trouble.
1st and 10 for the Bucs. They're going to run it with Bucky Irving, who goes nowhere.
Dashmouth says Braswell is hungry. I'd be fully okay with Chris Braswell being cut this offseason, I feel like. Yeah. And he got the sack last week, but I feel like he's just taking up a spot at this point. You got to develop. You got to do something out there.
Yeah, I agree. It's tough. It's tough to cut bait on a. Well, he's a second-year player now, so it would be a third-year player and a second-round pick too. I think is kind of the big thing, but you got to put the best product that you have.
Yeah. I mean, and you've seen it tonight with Benjamin Morrison being a healthy scratch. And second reception here for Chris Godwin Jr.
Make it a 3rd and short. The daunting 3rd and short that plagued the Bucs last week. 3rd and 2. Bucs will stay in shotgun. Good to see Mike on the field again after taking that nasty hit. They're going to run it with Bucky. Ooh. He's got a lane to the outside. Oh, he gets the first down. I thought Bucky was going to take that off to the races, but
he should have taken it a little bit more outside because he could have had yards upon yards upon yards. Man, that could have been something good there.
Let's see.
What could have been?
Yeah. Well, at least I got the first down. Beggars can't be choosers.
Yep.
10 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Bucs trying to regain the lead. They were up 7-0 in this game.
Play action.
They're going to go play action. Baker gears up, throws. Caught by Ibuka. Nice catch.
I like
it.
The
rookie out of Ohio State.
On the money, too, with that pass. We've talked about his inactive issues, but that one was right on the money. Right to his 2 hands. And also good confidence booster for McAbuka right there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Some tight coverage, too. It wasn't like he was wide open. So, job well done by Emeka Ibuka. It's 3 catches on the day, night.
He's had his struggles, of course, 8 drops on the season. I mean, but to me, he's the future wide receiver 1 in Tampa, and I think he's going to be a good wide receiver at the end of the day.
Bucs going play action again. I like staying aggressive. Baker's going deep down the field looking for Evans. It is caught by Evans. What a play by the greatest offensive player in Tampa Bay Buccaneers history. The Bucs are in the red zone. He just mossed him. He mossed him. Oh, man, that was awesome. Just
Look
a
at that
deep ball
future
by
Hall of Famer.
Baker.
He said, give me that. That's my ball right there. Man,
Woo,
we missed Mike Evans.
Big Mike Evans.
Feed Mike.
That was awesome. Now, no, incomplete to Ibuka.
Beautiful throw, beautiful catch. It's good to cover Mike Evans again. Good to see him back out there.
It really is. That was awesome.
All right, face mask on the defender covering J-Mac. It's their first and goal here.
First and goal for the Bucs at about the 6-yard line. Baker's in shotgun. Looking, he's going to have to scramble, and he slips and falls. Damn it. Every time, dude. Just either get rid of it or don't go down. That's Dorless, who you were just talking about before.
Yeah, that's 7 sacks
on the snack.
That's more than Yaya Diaby, and that's from the interior of the defensive line there.
That's true. I don't get why Baker cut back inside, too. Like, I'm not saying someone was going to get open, but he still could have just rolled towards the sideline, and then either you throw it incomplete or you scramble for a yard. I don't understand cutting back inside. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Baker got tipped as he threw it. Ah, jeez.
Come on, you got to score a touchdown. No more with these field goals.
I know. This is dicey, though, because Atlanta obviously is going to keep everything in front of them.
Yep.
Yeah.
James Pierce Jr. with that tip.
That's one of those where you, like, break your pinky or finger.
Yeah.
Third and goal. Godwin goes in motion. Godwin Jr. Baker has time. Throws towards the end zone. It's high. Too high for Ibuka.
That was a clean pocket for Baker Mayfield also. There's going to be a flag.
Yeah.
Way too high. What do you...
I think he had to squeeze it into a tight window.
You want to see the...
Okay, Bucs are going to get bailed out. Charlie Heck's coming onto the field as well. Will we get another Tristan Wirfs touchdown? Because Charlie Heck was the extra blocker that made Tristan Wirfs eligible.
Yeah, D. Alford working against Mike Evans.
I will check Mike's stats after this drive, but he's got to be close to 100 yards, if not already there.
I believe they popped up earlier. I think he's over. I think 104 right now, if I remember correctly.
Run the ball. It's a pitch to the outside to Sean Tucker. That was a face mask. Yep, they threw it. I remember the infamous face mask that was not called on Thursday Night Football on Bucky Irving last year in Atlanta.
This one thankfully gets called.
Even if it's a 5-yard penalty, like, he clearly grabbed his face mask. And that's 15 yards. That's a grab and twist. What are we doing? Come on. It's clear as day. It's late at night. Face mask. Jinx, the ref.
Matt, you're going to need a coffee.
There must have been 2 penalties on the play.
You're going to need a coffee for that post-game show. That's going to be late.
I am going to make and I do love coffee in general, so I don't mind making it. But yes, I will be having a coffee after that.
That's going to be good content.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hopefully a Bucs.
Everybody make sure you like, subscribe, and watch the Fear the Bay podcast as well.
Thank you.
You do covering the Bucs every week. So
I appreciate it.
Subscribe, and yeah, please feel free to give a promo on it.
Thank you. Yeah, no.
Sean's getting off. Sean
here.
Going backwards. All right.
Yeah, I'm sure. I pop up on these game day shows. I'm sure some Bucs fans are like, "Who is this guy?" But I do my own. Thank you for the plug there. I do my own Buccaneers podcast as well. I release an episode every week, a game preview. Do a lot of research on the opposing team. Fear the Bay if you guys want to listen to me. But make sure you guys also like and subscribe to this. We're very close, Pewter Report, to 22K subscribers.
Yes.
Super close.
We're under. I think we're under 100 away from 22K. All right, 2nd and goal for Tampa Bay. 6:28 to go. Bucs down by a point, 14-13. Baker in shotgun gets the ball, throws over the middle. It's caught. Touchdown, Devin Culp. We've been talking about the receiving tight end, and he's on the receiving end of this touchdown for Tampa Bay. Look in my eyes. What do you see? The Culp of personality.
There we go. First touchdown of the season for a tight end also here. And it comes, Devin Culp is that receiver.
Great touchdown for Baker Mayfield. Let me play the video. Sorry, 1 second, folks.
Oh, yeah.
Extra point. We'll do it after the extra point.
It is good. 20-14.
Good. Culp of personality.
Matt, this is that trifecta, weird trifecta. We had a Braswell sack last week, the Zion interception last week, and now a Devin Culp touchdown. Weird things are happening, but they're all in favor of the Buccaneers here so far. Good stuff.
That was absolutely exhilarating. Of course, all of this was made by the Mike Evans huge catch, and then a couple of penalties in there as well. Bucs lead 20-14. And yes, finally the Bucs have a touchdown catch by a tight end. So let's get to your comments. Sorry, everybody. But we've just been going wild up in here after some big plays by the Bucs. Sad Bucs fan, thanks for the $1.99. Super chat says, no Otten and Culp gets to eat. Let Otten walk. And then Chef Boy Arquise says, thanks for the $4.99 super chat. Says, watching the game on Prime Vision and listening in on the pod, I've never realized how many long developing deep passes we call. Nobody is open. Well, thank you for listening and watching to us, with us, and also checking out the Prime Vision as well. But we appreciate all of your support, and it's nice to now be talking about a Bucs lead, as well as Everett Blanchard says, great catch by Devin Culp. Ashley says, Big Mike showing up. And yeah, it's so funny, Daniel. Like, Mike Evans immediately comes back. Jalen McMillan immediately, well, I shouldn't say immediately comes back, but comes back. And all of a sudden, the passing game is opened up, and the Bucs are able to do a lot more than what they've been able to accomplish, really, what feels like the last month.
Yeah, feed Mike. And I talked about earlier, I want to see more Devin Culp, 4.52 speed. He's a speedy tight end. And there we go. You finally get the first touchdown of the season for a tight end. Tristan Wirfs had more than an entire tight end room because of that goal line catch that he had. But it feels good for the Buccaneers right now to have a lead. You know, just feels good. It's not, you got to keep playing. The game's nowhere near over. It just feels good right now that the Buccaneers have a lead, and they have to keep that lead. Let's see what the defense can do right here on this drive.
Booger McFarland tweeted before. This is 43 minutes ago, but I'm just seeing it now. It says Bucs have the worst pass rush in the NFL. Might not be wrong, but yes, this is the other side of it. Happy right now, the Bucs are up 20-14, but we've also seen this team immediately give back up the lead. So hang tight, everybody.
Yeah, this is not anywhere close to being over. 6 minutes left, 6:22 in the third quarter. Whew.
And Jordan Peters, thanks for this $5 super chat, says, still don't know why Culp doesn't get in the rotation more.
Yeah.
He's been serviceable in the past, similar to how Tucker is in the running back position. Could not agree more. I asked for this last season. We saw it a little bit when Otten got hurt. They never went back to it. I think he's never going to be Mike Evans or Chris Godwin or Emeka Buka, but he's just a nice extra piece for situations like this, where it gives the defense another thing to think about. And Daniel Fisher, thanks for the $1.99 super chat, says, should be easy pitch and catch with this wide receiver core. Hopefully, and they're just getting started. Falcons go play action to start.
Oh.
Cousins pressured. Oh, my God. How did Jamel Dean not pick that off?
I guess that's why you play corner that wide receiver. Hit him right in the stomach also.
Yeah.
Would have been it's a difficult, obviously, catch, but man, that would have changed things here. Buccaneers get the ball back right away.
Right. You talk about immediate momentum.
Yep. All right, but maybe that's a little foreshadowing for maybe you get a turnover on this drive. Let's see.
But again, it's because they had pressure on him.
Yep, they blitz Levante David on that one, I believe.
Oh, Bijan breaks one tackle, breaks another. He's off to the races and more. First down, Atlanta, already over midfield.
And Jacob Parrish was one who missed that tackle early.
Yeah, big difference.
The slips. Yeah.
Parrish has struggled a little bit in the second half of the season.
I agree with you. Overall, I would say he has a pretty good, rookie season. But yeah, he's been struggling here. I think the 2 missed tackles on this game so far. Whoa.
Oh my God.
Wow. Okay.
Wide open. I couldn't tell if the defender slipped or not. I'm going to hope for his sake.
That's Dean. Yes, slipped.
Yeah, tough drive for Dean. Oy vey.
That grass has been a bit slippery. Quite a few guys have slipped around.
Yeah, that's how Mike benefited.
Yeah.
On his big catch in the first half. Yeah, maybe Winfield could have got the stop, but it doesn't matter. He dropped it. 2nd and 10. Cousins. Ooh, did that ball hit the ground? No.
I think it's a catch. Yeah, low pass, but caught it.
Again, I just don't understand why they don't blitz. First and 10. Braswell on the pressure. Nice job by Levante. Even if it's they're saying incomplete, but it would have been no gain anyway, or 1 yard.
Yep, Dash Mail says Braswell with the pressure, as he stated. His defense is trashed by Capellion. Look at JPP standing behind Todd Bowles.
Oh, I saw Bowles. I didn't notice JPP behind him. Bijan Robinson goes in motion. Cousins. Pick it up. Pick it up. You never know. Pick it up. For all I know, the whistle could have been blown. Yeah, Todd Bowles. Now I see JPP. Todd Bowles is calling for intentional grounding. No one's there.
Yeah.
That's intentional grounding.
And I believe that was Braswell right in Kirk Cousins' face. Yep, there we go. We get the flag now.
Yeah. Good call. Good call. Yeah, now we'll see the replay of who got the pressure.
That's Braswell working against.
You're right. That was
Yep.
Chris Braswell. Got to give a little bit of credit.
Ooh, close to getting a face mask.
He did hit him in the face mask. Missed call right there.
And that's what Kirk. Oh wait, no, he's complaining about the intentional grounding.
He touched the ref too. That's a penalty. All right, 3rd and 20. Bucs catch a little bit of a break.
Falcons 1-5 tonight on 3rd downs. Again, they ranked 30th on the season in terms of 3rd down conversion rate. This is a good position for the Buccaneers to be in.
All right, incomplete, and that makes it tough for Atlanta. 4th and 20. Are they going to have to punt this ball? I think so.
Yeah.
Let's remember, Bucs did get bailed out, not just on the face mask, but the wide open drop by Sills that would have at least tied the game up with an extra point coming up to take the lead.
Mm-hmm. Now the Buccaneers offense is going to get the ball back, of course, and Baker Mayfield needs to be on his A game. The Buccaneers playoff hopes, if they don't win tonight, they could be slipping away, of course. I want to see them go down the field, execute well, score, and go up, 2 possessions on this game.
Yes.
Oh,
Cameron Johnson fumbles the ball. Looks like he got it back, though.
Good stuff. Wow.
Yikes.
Man. Yeah, go down the field, execute well. You got to go down the field and score. I don't want to see a field goal here. I want to see a touchdown.
Ay. All right, Bucs fans, let's and Pewter people, let's see how we are feeling. Benjamin Hubbard says we need points. Dash Mo, special teams elite. Haven't gotten to the comments in a little bit. Gonna see if I can find what people are freaking out about, Mike. D-Ray says, I want to be like Mike. Arctic says, Culp, let's go. Steinbauer Sports says, Mike with some emoji. I don't really know what emoji that is, but cool. Let's see. Ethan Winship says, Mike can have my babies in all caps. Mike's got 4 kids. I think he's probably fine. But 21 Parish 21 says, LFG, Mike Evans, baby. Yeah, that was awesome. Good for Mike. Big moment.
Yeah, he mossed him. He said, give me that ball. Mike Evans. Mike is back. Michael Lynn Evans.
D-Rays 813 says, put it in the oven, Bake. Yeah, a touchdown here would be gigantic. Hewitt Grant says, so White gets no more carries with a 20-yard run. Yeah, kind of funny, right? Lord Jimbo, too, says Braswell saved that drive. Kind of did. Forced the intentional grounding penalty. All right, we are back from commercial break. Kirk Cousins is miffed. 4:26 to go in the third quarter. Bucs lead  20-14. They'll start this drive at the 10-yard line, so a ways to go. They're going to start with a pass. Looking for Mike Evans. Hey, look at that. Mike Evans makes the catch. That guy's pretty good.
He's pretty good. I would say A.J. Terrell in week number 1 got the better of Mike Evans. But tonight, it's Mike Evans. It's Mike Evans returning and having a monster of a game. Clean pocket for Baker also. Good pass.
That too, yeah. Good timing.
Yep.
Yeah, Mike has 5 catches for 122 yards.
Keep feeding him.
Let's get him 200 yards tonight. Maybe there's a chance for that 1,000. Yeah, maybe not. Bucky Irving up the middle. Nice 6-yard gain.
And just like Bijan Robinson is young, he's 23 years old. He's going to be a problem for Tampa for many years to come. James Pierce Jr., Jalen Walker, Brandon Dorless. That defensive line for Atlanta is going to be a problem for many years to come also for Tampa. There's going to be some good battles in the future between these two teams, and also the Carolina Panthers, who, of course, are doing better than most people expected this season with Dave Canales.
Oh, Bucks going a little wildcat. It's Bucky up the middle. Bucky to the 50 and past midfield. There's a little creativity for everyone. But you're absolutely right. The Falcons defense is what has kept them in games for a majority of the season. Baker was lined up as the running back. So funny. Like the creativity.
They're marching down the field.
Yes, they are. Got to be. Oh, they're doing the wildcat again. I love it. Bucky takes it up the middle. Another 5-6 yard gain. Hell yeah.
Let grids.
I want to know. I want to know if they have a specific name for this formation. Like, do they just call it Wildcat? Is it Wild Buck? Is it Wild Bucky?
Yeah.
So cool. Do it again. Nah, it's fine. A bit of a bunch formation.
Play action.
Gotta get rid of it. Dude, just
yeah.
See, this is what I don't understand. You and I saw the pressure right away. Baker clearly saw the pressure right away. Roll outside and throw it away. Okay, you can clearly see it in front of him. If he runs to the outside, he runs to the 5 right there at the 50 and then tosses it. No harm, no foul. It's just an incompletion.
He's had
time to do it.
Yeah, choppy feet in that, inside the pocket a few plays throughout this game. Just get rid of the ball. You lost, 7 yards because of that sack.
Yeah. 3rd and 12. Bucs can kind of get to field goal range. Baker's going to fire. Wide of Tez Johnson. Bucs got a punt. That's really unfortunate. That's really unfortunate.
I don't know what Tez is getting mad at. That pass was 4 feet above him.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe Tez was supposed to go to the sideline. I'm not. Who knows? Again, if that's Mike, it's probably a catch. Man. Yeah, Baker's yelling at. I have a feeling Tez is supposed to go to the sideline more.
Yeah, I agree now. Once I watch that.
Riley Dixon trying to pin him deep. Around the 14. King Cook says, why are we going to Tez? Seriously. I mean,
I agree.
You got to get people mixed in. Keita Villain says, not capitalizing off of stops like that is why we lose games. Patrick Becca says, that's on Tez. It seemed like it. Mobbin for Christ says Tez ran the wrong route. Yeah, that could be the case. And Buccaneer Bryce says, once again, can't sustain a drive. Yeah, and they were moving the ball, too. They started, at their 10-yard line?
The Wildcat was awesome to see with Bucky. Those runs right in the middle. But yeah, not taking advantage of these opportunities when you get them. We've seen throughout this whole season, the defense will get a turnover, and the offense doesn't capitalize it by going down the field and scoring points. You could have had a 2-possession lead there, but the game's not over. But man, the offense needs to get it together. You see glimpses of it, of course, with the deep passes and Mike Evans, the touchdown to Devin Kolb. I like the Wildcat formation with Bucky Irving on those 2 plays. Got to get it together.
Yeah, even a field goal makes it a 2-possession game.
Yeah.
Couldn't capitalize.
And Baker not, getting rid of the football, it resulted in a 3rd and 12, loss of 7 on the sack. It's got kind of choppy feet. He panicked. Yeah, I agree with Kay Lear here. He says Baker has to see the pressure and adjust.
Right. It's right in front of it. And I understand, like, sometimes maybe you just kind of freeze in that moment, but I don't know. Baker, you love the electric plays, but sometimes just live to fight another day.
And that's a really good football game next Thursday. The Rams versus the Seahawks.
Hell yeah.
A lot of scoring in that game.
Seahawks play the Colts on Sunday, which is going to be wild because Phillip Rivers might be starting in that game for Indy.
44 years old.
Yeah. All right. 53 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Falcons get the ball at the 15. They're going to run it with Bijan Robinson. Nice tackle by Levante. A 2nd and long.
Look at the total yards breakdown.
Yeah.
Bijan Robinson, Kyle Pitts, 245 yards. The rest of the team, 36 yards. These 2 guys have been killing them.
Yeah, it's been a
2-man show.
Fairly obvious. Cousins looking for Robinson right over the middle. Ball's loose. Ball's loose. Will it count as a fumble? You could say it's an interception. I don't want to you could say it was incomplete. I don't want to get too high just yet.
I think they're going to call it incomplete. It was kind of like bang.
I think it was incomplete as well. Though, again, for fantasy football, I would love for that to be a fumble. Let's see. Catch. 1, 2. It's very, very close. Very close.
Takes 2 steps and that ball comes out, yeah.
Nice play by Christian Izzian. Well done.
It's not as bang as I thought. Like, he took 2 steps. He put his head down, bracing for the hit. I mean, I feel like that's a fumble. What do you think, Matt?
I hope it's easier. It's easier when you like slow it down and stuff.
Yeah.
Is that Bucs ball?
Yep. They gave it to Tampa.
Okay.
There we go. At the 25-yard line. It's going to be great field position here. Yeah, you have to capitalize on these turnovers like we talked about earlier.
You do. Be smart. Avoid the sack. There you go. Now get rid of it. Throw it away. Or do that. That's fine too. First down, Tampa Bay. Evans makes the catch. We're going to start the 4th quarter. And Mike Evans is hurt.
Uh-oh.
Oh, God.
All right. We're entering the 4th quarter here. The Buccaneers, Christian Izzian causes that fumble. Jacob Parrish recovers it. Buccaneers ball now. Put those 4s up, right, Matt?
Yes. Sorry, I'm tweeting out something real quick. Yeah, let's go. Everybody, put your 4s up. The Bucs are going into the fourth quarter with the lead and with a chance to make it a 2-possession game. So put those 4s up, Pewter people. And I will update the score bug as well. All righty. We are rocking and rolling. Let's see those 4s. Shout out everybody watching with us. Go Axel doing 2 2s, which equals 4. Cincy Kid says 4 horsemen quarter. Let's go, Bucs. Woo!
Woo!
Daniel
Let's
Gomez
go.
says Mike will be okay, but we need to ease him in with a bunch of 4s. Shout out to you, Daniel Gomez. Shout out Mark of the Wise. T-World 4. Huevosito. King Cook. MKE Hogan. Fo. Love it. Steinbauer Sports with the 4. The Bobby Cox with the 4. Antonio Santiago with 4 1s, which equals 4. 21 Parish, 21 with a couple 4s. The Real Maverick. Chris Peach with a 4. Gaming Wizard with some 4s. Bart Harley Jarvis with a bunch of 4s. Bart Harley Jarvis with a foe. I like that as well. Comp JG, woo, says, or has a 4 as well. Everett Blanchard, 4. King Cook, 4. Eric Deaver with the number 4, spelling out 4, and then back to some number 4s. Chase Rick, Mike Honcho, the Real Maverick in there again. Mikey Rivers. We got a quattro from Richard Taroka, Bucs fan with some 4s. Wellesley Jr. doing some math. 1 + 3 equals 4. Maybe talking about Mike Evans, 1-3. Will the Brewer with the 4 as well. Kickstand 51. We got some quattros. Go Axelot. I don't think that's how you spell quattro. I believe that's how you spell quattro. Kickstand. Sorry, where was I? Rich Taroka. Yeah, I think that's the proper way to spell it. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Kickstand 51, 444. Bucs 34 with the 4. Carly Barber, Malcolm Harvey, Casey Cranford. They're saying that went out. Yeah. Cecil D. AJ Consis. Shaggy, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Looks like the trainers were touching Mike Evans's collarbone. He didn't re-injure that.
Oh, geez. That was
okay. He has his helmet back on. He's coming back in, so he's good. All right, cool.
Good. ENT 508, thanks for the $2 super chat. Says 4. We love it. Thank you.
4.
Fo. Yeah, appreciate everyone rocking with us, watching this show. Putting the 4s in as well. Evan Bowker. All right, 2nd and 10. Bucky slipped at the line of scrimmage. Love to see a tutty.
Mike. Oh, okay.
Baker looking for Evans. Looked like he got pulled. Yep, there's the flag.
Yep, on AJ Terrell.
Rough night for AJ Terrell. Chill, Mike. Don't get unsportsmanlike. Yeah, rough day at the office for AJ Terrell.
Yeah, I think that's his 4th penalty on this game here. That pass interference now.
You know what? I don't feel bad for him.
Mm-mm.
Let's see a tutty. Tutty, baby. How about a Mecca Buka touchdown?
Yeah, I like it. Yeah.
Baker's under center. Payne Durham goes in motion. They're going to hand it off to Sean Tucker, who's been the goal line back. He gets a couple of yards. Makes it 2nd and goal with 14:05 to go in the fourth quarter.
I would like a little rollout here with Baker. Hit somebody short for a touchdown.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm in a full agreement. Looks like they are going shotgun initially.
Yeah, they're going shotgun.
Baker and shotgun. You got a Buca to the right. Godwin's to the left. Yet Feeney in motion. They got Godwin. He makes the catch. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Praise be to Godwin. He's in the end zone for the first time since his return back to Tampa Bay in the lineup since dealing with several injuries this year. So, love to see it. Touchdown, Bucs. Touchdown. Chris Godwin Jr.
Again, the score also on A.J. Terrell. And look at this. I like it. The Buccaneers going for 2 here. Make it a 14-28 game if they get it.
Yes, I like this call. Look, he was looking for Mike. Mike's not open. Baker throws over the middle. It's an octopus. It's an octopus for Chris Godwin Jr. The second octopus of the season for Tampa Bay. Screw it. I'm playing it again.
We're going to need an octopus graphic because it's happened a couple of times now. Wow.
Do they have that emoji? Oh, yeah, of course they do.
Put the octopuses up. There we go.
Yeah. Yeah, put the octopus up.
The LN plays. The offense is back, baby.
Let's go. Let's go. That was awesome. And you know what's big, too, is every single receiver of the big four has contributed tonight.
Yeah.
Godwin Jr. with the touchdown and with the octopus. Mike, I mean, we don't even need to go into detail. We've all seen what he's done tonight. Jalen McMillan with some big catches. Ibuka with some big catches as well.
Yep.
This is what we envisioned with having all 4 of the top 4 Bucs receivers back. And, man, it's a beautiful thing to see.
Real BS 83 started by the defense. And remember, it was the Christian Izzian forced fumble recovered by Jacob Parrish. And the Buccaneers finally capitalized on one of these turnovers. 28-14 ball game now. Man. This game, of course, we did the late game for the Sunday Night Football. That was a downer. We were talking about video games. Remember in the second half?
Yeah.
It's a whole different feel now.
Do.
It's a whole different feel now. Great stuff by the Buccaneers team. Kid Villain says Mike has 6 receptions for 132 yards. There's no easing him back in. He's just back in. And he's dominating tonight. A.J. Terrell has no answer for him.
Yeah. And I think it's important to remember, too, maybe they would push Mike and Jalen McMillan a little bit more because they're going to have 10 days off before their next game because they're going to have the weekend and everything like that.
Got the mini bye coming up. Yep.
By the way, Bucs team reporter Scott Smith has tweeted that Chris Godwin Jr.'s 2-point conversion, his 2-point conversion score, is the 5th of his career, which breaks a tie with Mike Evans for the most in franchise history. So we saw a little bit of history tonight with the Chris Godwin Jr. touchdown.
And he gives that historical ball to a young group of fans here. And they get fined for that, for giving up these balls. But he'll take the fine. He'll take the points also. All right, this is also where the defense can't get comfortable, can't let their foot off the gas. Keep your foot on the pedal. Keep being aggressive. Play tight. Don't play the soft, prevent zone defense. Keep fighting. Keep pushing until this game is fully over.
Let's go. $13:34 to go in this game. Bucs lead by 2 touchdowns. Cousins throwing deep down the field. Not even close. Not even close.
And on that play, they blitz Deion Jones there on the inside.
I like it.
2nd and 10.
Baker Mayfield's now at 257 yards passing.
That's a whole lot better than the 122 yards he had last week.
2nd and 10. Bucs bring a little pressure. Looked like Dean was in on the play. Couldn't tell. But doesn't allow the home run play, which I think is important as well. Third and 3, a huge 3rd and 3. Cousins looking, throws, has Robinson, gets the first down just by a little bit.
But if he has a clean pocket, he's going to do that to you.
Yeah.
All right.
Bijan winces a little bit. But yeah, like you said earlier, Bucs defense has to stay aggressive. You can't just relax. 14, because you know what? If Atlanta scores, they're probably going to go for 2 because analytically they could take the lead if they were to, score again. Down. Robinson with a handoff this time. He's got room. Luckily, the Bucs find a way to make a little bit of a stop. $12 minutes to go. Stay aggressive. Cousins dumps it off over the middle. Jones with the stop.
That's going to be about a 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3. Dash Mal's favorite player is going to be out there, Chris Braswell now.
Yeah.
Can we get a good sack? Can we get a sack here?
It's going to be probably 2-down territory at this point.
Yeah.
Over midfield.
Right.
So important. Obviously want to get the stop, but also want to try to, maybe get a stop at the line of scrimmage. They bring a blitz off the edge. Cousins has Pitts wide open again.
And that's Braswell in coverage.
Yeah, Falcons going to march right down the field.
Yeah, if I see Chris Braswell covering Kyle Pitts, I'm throwing that ball all day.
You'd be crazy not to.
Yeah.
All right, Algier in the game for Atlanta. Cousins pump fakes.
Uh-oh.
Oh, the Bucs bid on the pump fake. Ah, jeez. Now Bijan's going to come in, like to score.
The Bucs can never have just like a comfortable win.
No.
It has to be stressful. It has to be a bit dramatic.
274 yards for Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
Throw the ball. Throw it. Don't give it to Bijan. They give it to Bijan.
And he scores.
He's going to the outside, and he goes in untouched. I knew Bijan was going to be trouble. Untouched into the end zone. And that makes it 28-20. And Atlanta will likely go for 2.
Yep. I think that's what they're signaling here. We saw this last week, too, with Tyler Shuck. Both of his QB keeps his own reads. No outside containment. Nobody outside to stop him. Bijan Robinson, same thing right there.
Mm-hmm.
Give up the touchdown.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. Cousins has time. Throws to the end zone. Okay, that's a big stop right there because no matter what, the worst the Falcons could do with 9:37 to go is tie the game. They cannot take the lead on their next touchdown. So, not beautiful by the Bucs defensively, but does get the stop in crunch time. I will get to any super chats we missed. Sorry, there's been a lot going on, but it's all been fun. Yeah, we got to E&T. Buccaneer King says, thank you for the $4.99 super chat. Says, why are we still relying on zone defense? Feel like we played more man early on with success. I think they've been better with man-to-man. Yeah, you had the Jamel Dean slip, which it was an incomplete anyway, but I'd still rather them go with man-to-man. Virgin Boys, thanks for the $1.99. Says, Godwin with 1,000 exclamation points. Bart Harley Jarvis, thanks for the $2 super chat, says, don't want to be a downer, but the defense is a disaster. I just hate that they immediately allow touchdowns right after the Bucs score. And the only one they didn't is when they forced the fumble. So it's either create a turnover or allow a touchdown after the Bucs offense scores. There's no in between. Joel Elrican has now been a Pewter Report YouTube channel member for 16 months. Says, shout out from section 305. Go Bucs. Hey, thanks for tuning in while you're at the game. We appreciate you and hope the Bucs can end up with a win this evening. Kings are awful. Thanks for the $1.99. Says, you can never relax with Todd Bowles' defense. I agree with that. And I agree with this, too. Geist85, thanks for the $2 super chat. Says, 0 sacks is absolutely pathetic. Now, I will say there have been some times where they've gotten pressure and Cousins just dirts the ball, and that was, that intentional grounding that Braswell forced. But pressure still hasn't been enough. I mean, Baker's been sacked several times. Kirk Cousins.
I'm tired with just getting pressure, just getting close to the quarterback. We need sacks. Like this is what these rushers get paid to do. Get sacks. You pay Hassan Reddick $14 million not to be good against the run or just to get close to the quarterback, but you pay him to get sacks. And again, James Pierce Jr. has 8 sacks on the season. He's a rookie. And he has more sacks than Hassan Reddick and Yaya Diaby combined. It's a bit insane here. Stop getting close. You got to get to the quarterback at this point.
Right. Close but no cigar. Michael Larry, thank you for the $4.99 super chat. Says, I swear Todd Bowles doesn't play to his players' strengths. No reason why Braswell's out there trying to cover the flats. We've said that about every outside linebacker that has dropped into coverage. It's I don't know. It's just what Todd Bowles does. But the Bucs are going to get great field position with this kicking violation by Zane Gonzalez. Yikes. Try to do one of those dirt balls, I think they're called.
Yeah, those dirty kicks, right?
Yeah. Well, the Bucs will take it. Remember, you want to score a touchdown, but with 9:37, you start to play the clock a little bit, and even a field goal, which they're going to have good field position with this crappy kick. Field goal is just as important. Bucs will start in shotgun. Rashad White in the backfield. It's like an audible at the line of scrimmage. Bucs staying aggressive. I like it. It's a screen to Rashad White.
Like he gained a 6 here.
Yeah, solid play. Don't mind it. Rachaad White has not gotten the ball a lot tonight, but he's been quite effective when he has had the football.
Yeah, again, they have a three-headed monster here. I like any one of these guys can get hot. Bucky, White, Sean Tucker. They have a good room there.
Let's get another throw to Ibuka. He was out to your left. Matched up against Kobe Bryant. Rookie on rookie. Baker makes a defender miss. Throws over the middle. It's caught by Ibuka. Late flag. Hopefully it's on Atlanta like every penalty tonight. And that'll be declined. Ibuka with the catch. That's big time.
You called it. It happened.
Oh, A.J. Terrell again. Jeez.
Yeah.
I wonder what the NFL record is for most penalties on one singular player in a game.
Yeah, he gets paid like a top corner coming into this week. PFF has him ranked. He's had a bit of a down season. He's ranked 73rd among all cornerbacks this season. So he's had a bit of a rough season for himself. Again, he got the better of Mike week 1, but this week he's getting destroyed out there. It looks embarrassing. What is that? 5 penalties now in the game.
Yeah. Bucs go play action again, staying aggressive. Baker dirts it into the ground. Smart play. I actually love that play by Baker.
Yeah, avoid the sack, get rid of it.
Second and 10. Bucs trying to get into scoring range. Oh, bad interception by Baker Mayfield. Just completely underthrew it. Yikes.
Yeah, when he's had his troubles, his accuracy issues, it's been overthrows. This one, an underthrow results in an interception, man. Oh.
Right as the Bucs were rolling.
Yep.
There's no one Baker Mayfield can blame other than himself on that one.
Yeah. Poor execution.
Tough throw. Gives Atlanta life with 8:22 to go.
And here's Bijan.
Oh, Bijan. He's going to score like 50 points in this game. Yikes.
Matt, your fantasy team might be cooked.
Yeah, let's see. Bijan, I mean, granted, this is the whole weekend, but Bijan right now is at 29 points. I do have Christian McCaffrey, so if Christian McCaffrey matches what Bijan can do, then kind of back to square one. But yeah, not exactly how you want to start the week.
Mm-mm.
That's all right. I bet a lot on Bijan, knowing this was going to happen. So if I'm going to lose in fantasy, I might as well make some dough off of it. Bart Harley Jarvis, thank you for this $2 super chat. Says, fascinating to learn what Baker's been playing through. Well, certainly left shoulder and a leg injury, and probably more stuff than we even know.
Yeah. Look at it. Levante David covering Bijan Robinson at the bottom of your screen.
That's disgusting. But you see what they did there? They blitzed. So we had to get rid of the ball quickly, and therefore it wasn't on time. Insane. Kirk Cousins has been quite mouthy tonight. He's been yelling a lot compared to what he usually does. Big 3rd and 7 with 7 minutes to go. Atlanta's at midfield. Bucs bring the blitz. Oh, can't get there in time. Kyle Pitts, who's killed the Bucs all night, gives Atlanta a first down.
And Winfield's so close with that safety blitz. Kirk just releases it right before he gets in. And it's hard for Jacob Parrish to cover Kyle Pitts. He's 6'6", 250. Parrish is a
that is true.
Than what the
Huge
Buccaneers.
Size difference.
Ooh.
Algiers off to the races.
Algier himself has 8 touchdowns on the season. He's a reserve. He's a backup, but he still does some damage. Raheem Morris has said it before. He feels like he's an underrated superstar. I don't think he's a superstar, but he could definitely score on you. Look at Baker Mayfield shaking his head.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a lot to be angry at.
Yep. Buccaneers Bryce says Vita's been quiet. I agree with that.
Yeah, he has. It's always tough with the nose tackle, like how much is he getting double teamed, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Bucs need a stop. 2nd and 10 with 5:14 to go. Cousins looking to throw. Ball is caught by Mooney.
Oh!
The ball's out! The ball is out! The Bucs are everywhere. This has to be Bucs ball. There was 10 Bucs around. How does Atlanta have that?
That's the center with the ball again, Ryan Neasel.
There was 10 Bucs around the football.
What just happened?
Oh, my God.
What a missed opportunity.
Yeah, what?
Levante rips the ball out.
Deion Jones is right. There's 3 Bucs around the ball.
They all land on the ball,
right?
but none of them.
Deion Jones right there. Jamel Dean, Jacob Parrish.
Wow, what a missed opportunity.
That's awful. Here comes the touchdown.
Close.
Good grief. Keita Villain says, how? You had 3 Bucs in the area. 3. I literally watched them on practice on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Do drills where the coach throws the ball on the ground and guys got to go and pick it up. Man.
They got to do more practice on that.
That's rough.
B. John. Oh, okay.
Whistle. Yeah, thank goodness.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, man.
I mean, if I'm Kirk Cousins, I'm hitting Kyle Pitts here. They haven't been able to stop him.
Just over the middle. That's, again, if the Bucs aren't going to bring the blitz, then so be it. I don't understand why they don't continuously blitz. Let's remember, Baker's interception has led to this drive, giving Atlanta a chance to tie the game up. And the Bucs could have jumped on a fumble and could not. Cousins to the outside, looking for Pitts. No, he dropped that.
One ref calls it a touchdown.
I think he bobbled it. He also did push off of Levante David, but that's neither here nor there. His elbow lands out of bounds first. Bobble. I guess
Yeah.
1 cheek equals 2 feet. Man.
Third touchdown of the game, right? That's his third. He came
That
in
would
with
be,
one
yeah.
touchdown. Wow. It's almost at the same time. It's so close to call here.
Man, I just have no confidence in this team. This is, I mean, even if they win tonight, even if they beat the Panthers, I mean, I can't trust them to win a playoff game. Against an NFC West team? Hell no.
Mm-mm. Yeah, I think right now, if they were to go up against the Seahawks again, I think the result might be a bit different. The Seahawks.
They might lose by 100.
Yeah.
Legitimately 100.
All right, the call on the field stands. It is a
It's
touchdown.
touchdown. Big yikes. All right. Now we'll see if the Bucs can get another 2-point stop. 3:34 to go. Plenty of time in this game, even if Atlanta doesn't. Let's see. Cousins looking. Good play by Antoine Winfield Jr. Vita Vea in coverage. Why did it take this long to blitz Antoine Winfield Jr.? Like in the whole game.
He had a blitz earlier, right up the middle, but Kirk Cousins
That's right,
was able to
yeah.
get it right before he got to him. But yeah.
We have a 1999 super chat from Mopar Buck. Thank you so much.
Thank you, buddy.
Who says, look at us. This is why we're wishing and hoping to luckily trip into the playoffs. Look at us. A 2-score lead evaporated in minutes. How about asking Bowles, why is it always someone or a team making history on this defense? It's questions that have been asked before. Bowles keeps going to the same thing. It was a misfit. It was a lack of communication. It was guys not getting to their spots. Well, the message isn't getting across. Changes need to be made. Adjustments need to be made. Joyce and David Huber, thanks for the $4.99 super chat. Says, I'm at the game. Truly, NFL refs need to be investigated. It looked like a push-off, but it also looked like he wasn't in bounds. So that was a tough one. Virgin Boys, thanks for the $1.99 super chat. Says, he fully extended his arm on Levante David. That's BS. Yeah. T-World says, double team Pitts, shaking my head. Yeah, you have to. Oh, boy. Like we said earlier, this game's going to come down to the wire. Kings are awful. Thank you for this $1.99 super chat. Says left the game at 28-14. What the F happened? So Bucs scored to go up 28-14. Got the octopus from Chris Godwin Jr. Then, as the Bucs typically do, they allowed a touchdown right away, right down the field. And then the Bucs were moving the ball, getting into field goal range, and Baker Mayfield threw an inexcusable interception, underthrew it, was looking for Mike Evans. And the Falcons took advantage of it and went down the field. So, that's how. Chase Rick, thank you for the $5 super chat. Says, I don't have any confidence this team will fix the problems in a single offseason, at least not with the scheme that is being run. I think that's fair. Todd Bowles never had his eureka moment.
Yeah, remember that?
Yeah.
It never came about.
Yeah, the not getting the fumble to me is the most egregious part. But hey, the Bucs do have a 2-point lead, so they will have a chance to seal the deal. Oh, man, just before the end zone. Sean Tucker, can he get a good return? Nope, doesn't even get to the 30. So Bucs will have 3:29 to go. Falcons have all 3 timeouts. (18-32). Ugh. The yardage looks good. The 2 touchdowns is nice, but 18-32, not so great.
With the way this defense for the Buccaneers is giving up points, I don't want to see a field goal on this drive. We need to see a touchdown.
Right. I agree.
If they go down the field and score a field goal, I don't feel confident in any way that the Buccaneers are going to be able to stop the Atlanta Falcons offense. Kyle Pitts is going to continue to burn them. 3 touchdowns on this game.
Nice run by Bucky on first down.
Yeah.
At least we know it's probably not going to go to to overtime. So that's nice.
Yeah.
Second and 4 with 3 minutes to go. I think you got to run it again or try to get a bootleg going. Yeah, they blitzed the corner off the side. Don't blame them for that. And Falcons are going to call a timeout. Big moment in the game. Bucs can get a first down. Then if the Bucs get a first down, Falcons will probably just let it go down to the 2-minute warning, and then they'd have 2 timeouts on the other side of it. Oh, tough.
And if Tampa can get a first down here, with the way A.J. Terrell has struggled this game, I believe 5 penalties, if Baker could have a clean pocket for a few seconds, and he could take a deep shot to, if it's one-on-one coverage to Mike Evans or Chris Godwin, whoever is covering, I mean, I take that shot, just hope for a pass interference call, pushes you yards and yards down the field. But it comes down, you got to get this first down before you can think about any of those things, of course. But the same way that teams, they target Zion, I mean, I would target A.J. Terrell right now.
Yeah, it's a good game plan. 3rd and 3, Bucs throw it. It's caught by Godwin, who makes the catch, and that's a first down.
There we go.
Huge play by Chris Godwin Jr. Remember, he didn't make the catch against the Saints on that 4th down a couple of days ago. but is able to there.
And look at the separation he was able to create on that route real quick. It's not much, but it's enough for Baker Mayfield to have the opportunity to hit him. And he gets his sideline first down. It's good to have all these guys back. I just hope this team can get it together. But, they have their weapons back. I hope, Baker can fix these accuracy issues, because this could be a dangerous team if they're clicking correctly.
So Falcons did call a timeout. Interesting. Yikes. Falcons will call their last timeout. Oh, boy. Was there any super chats I missed? Buccaneer King, thank you for the $1.99 super chat. Says, sadly, we will have to rely on our defense. Hopefully not. But 2nd and 14. Are the Bucs going to stay aggressive here? They are. Baker thrown down the field. Oh, it's incomplete.
He just throws it behind a Mecca here. If he throws it in front of him, he has some yards to go run. He has some space to go run, but the pass is behind. 3rd and 14 now. I mean, the super chat that we just got, that we might have to rely on the defense.
Yeah.
I'm sure here. And now Tampa.
Now the Bucs are. Now the Bucs call timeout as if they're not going to need it when they inevitably allow a field goal to the Falcons. Yikes. Inevitably need it. I respect the Bucs being aggressive, but they probably should have ran it on 2nd down and let it go to the 2-minute warning.
Baker. In the offensive.
Baker sacked. Going to go to the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, I agree with you on the 2nd down. I like being aggressive. I would have called a screen or a run. Let the time go down to 2 minutes.
Yeah. Got a $9.99 super chat from Sam Matey. Thank you. Who says, super chat for the boys before everybody rage quits. LOL. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, buddy.
Yeah. And cover 2 QB Spy. Thanks for the $1.99 super chat. Says, and now it comes down to the defense. It does. By the way, Falcons money line right now is plus 170. So not bad.
Oh, Payne Durham was open on that. He had the pressure in front of him, but that would have been a solid completion there.
Bucs will have to punt on this 4th and 14. So maybe the Bucs can pin them deep. I doubt it, but maybe.
Matt, where's your confidence level? I'm not. If I'm being honest, I don't have
very low.
defense.
Very low. Highly low. I guess it's.
Yeah.
What do you call it? Oh, and the Falcons are going to be able to return this?
Yep, up to about the 31.
Yikes. I gotta see what the live odds are.
Bossborn 1 says no confidence in the defense.
Well, here we go. Hang on, everybody.
If I'm Kirk, again, I'm hitting Kyle Pitts. Finding where he is. He's been unstoppable all night.
Falcons have no timeouts left, so want to keep everything in bounds. Cousins down the field, caught by Sills. Man. I'm going to say, where have we seen this game before?
Vildor just gets beaten. It's nasty. Oh, man. Minute 44. Oh.
Finally, the Bucs bring a blitz. The ball's out. The ball's out. Hassan Reddick strips the ball loose.
But can Tampa come
But
down?
who has it? And the clock continues to run.
Hassan Reddick
What
has
a
it.
play by Hassan Reddick, the Falcon killer. The Bucs have the ball. The Bucs, literally, Hassan Reddick has it in his hands. Hassan Reddick has it in his hands. It's Bucs ball. What?
There's too much talking. He had it. There you go. The $14 million man finally makes an impact right there with the forced fumble, and he recovers it as well.
Are they getting? Whose ball is it?
They get. I got to hear what happened. Atlanta still has the ball.
Yeah, what? 2nd and 18. Remember, the Falcons only need a field goal.
What just happened?
There you go. Jamel Dean with a huge no.
I think they're gonna call on Jamel Dean. Is it?
Oh wait, what? They called holding? Nice. Ay.
All right. Frank G says they said it was a tie.
You said it was a tie?
I guess the offense. I mean, Hassan Reddick, he had the ball in his hands.
Yeah.
19 penalties on the Falcons tonight. 3 for the Buccaneers. Wow.
Keep applying pressure. Maybe 2nd and 28 a little bit different, but you're gonna have to get 4 stops anyway. So keep applying the pressure. If they allow an 18-yard play right here, it takes away everything that they just did.
They did apply the pressure.
There you go. Keep applying the pressure. He can't throw it deep.
3rd and 28 coming up.
I would still blitz again.
Yes.
I'd even send the house.
Oh, man, this is some good football here.
This is down to the wire.
Man. Bucs show blitz with the linebackers, but Levante David's backing out. Both of them back out.
That's a full start. Kyle Pitts dropped back. And now Pitts is going to get like 1,000 yards. Keep him in bounds. All right, they did. 4th down. This is the game. Watch, the Bucs are going to do something stupid like call a timeout. 4th and 14. A minute to go. Bucs get the stop here, and they win the game.
This is it.
Why do I feel like they're going to get the 1st down? 50 seconds to go. Cousins has time.
Are
He's
you
gonna throw
serious?
Sills makes the catch.
This is the 2nd worst team on 3rd downs. That was a 4th and 14. Wow.
I am speechless. So what was it? 3rd and 28, and then 4th and 14.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Vildor just gets beat. This is...
A 5-yard penalty on the Bucs.
The fire Todd Bowles chants. I said if they lost, if they were going to lose this game, they were going to get louder and louder and louder. We still got 29 seconds to go, but Mike is angry in the sidelines.
Mike is pissed. Little screen pass to Mooney. He's going to get a first down. That's a pathetic. This is a, I mean, you got to kick the field goal.
Matt, this team had a 28-14 lead.
28-14 lead. You had a chance. You had a 28-14 lead. You missed the fumble. Like, 3 guys had the ball. The Bucs didn't get the call at the end. I don't care. You had 3rd and 28 and 4th and 14. Joyce and David Hubert, thank you for the $1.99 super chat. I appreciate it. But there's no reason the Bucs should have lost this game. Dominic Cherry, 5588, thanks for the $1.99 super chat, says, fire this effing team. You're absolutely right.
It all
and
comes
there's 4
down
seconds
to
left.
Zane Gonzalez kick now.
Yikes, man. By the way, we're going to have a Pewter Postgame show after this. That should be fun. Oh, man. The 7-6 Bucs are up 28-26.
I don't know if I've ever seen
Mike Evans
so angry on the sideline.
Mike Evans is livid on the sideline, and rightfully so. He has every reason to be pissed off.
A 43-yard
attempt.
kick.
Bowles is going to ice him, or try to ice him.
Coming into this game, Zane Gonzalez, 10 for 12. His long is a 56. This is a 43. You just got to hope luck is on your side, Bucs fans. What a disaster. Matt, I don't know what we've seen the last 2 weeks, but I'm slowly getting on to Todd Bowles. I'm not fully there yet, but I'm getting.
I mean, it's just disgusting football. It's pathetic. It's awful. It's awful, awful football. Bart Harley Jarvis, thanks for the $5 super chat, says, I don't want to hear the refs when the Falcons took 20 penalties. Absolutely comical collapse. Coaching staff is out of answers. All right, 4 seconds to go. Kick is up. And it's good. It's good. The Bucs choke and collapse. They lose this game 29-28. They lose to the Atlanta Falcons. They no longer control their own destiny. A choke job of a fourth quarter by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with everything right in front of them. Absolutely pathetic. It's late at night, and so we don't want to keep you guys waiting. We're going to have a Pewter Postgame show in a little bit, but that's going to do it for us. Again, we will have the Pewter Postgame show. You can sound off there. Thanks for this super chat, P. Fogel, for the $1.99 super chat. One more super chat, and then we'll sign off. Cover 2 QB Scup by. They were the $4.99 super chat. They gave us an extra football field of yardage, and we still lost. Yeah, I mean, at this point, I'm kind of out of words. We're about to do a whole show. So, yeah, just disgusting. But anyway, thank you, everyone, for rocking and rolling with us. Maybe the weekend we just forget about the Bucs. But until next time, for Daniel Morales, I'm Matt Matera saying thanks, everyone, for watching. And we'll see you soon for another edition of the Pewter Game Day Show. Out.